The following presentation does not represent Australian opinion or intellect. We do not speak for any religious order or ethnic minority. We are not political scientists or uni graduates. We're insignificant upper-lower class scum, comparing notes and airing grievances. It's just our opinion. Deal with it.
No way that GST will ever be part of our policy.
Never ever.
Never ever, it's dead.
If they don't like it, go back to where they're from.
It is a big idea.
No, we don't need them.
A new world order. By 1990, no Australian child will be living in poverty.
Right.
You should show out. That's what they say.
Please explain.
Fucking loaded as fuck. Why would he care?
How old was he when he had the what was he driving?
Lambo.
Yeah, the orange Lambo. Oh no, there was one with the BMW as well.
Yeah, the orange BMW. That's when he got caught in Brizzy.
Yeah,
doing
that's
like
right.
170.
When was that?
That was
Easier
ages
now.
ago, yeah.
No, like
He would have been.
how old is he now?
He's 23 at the moment. So he would have been about.
23, so
Yeah.
when did you do that?
Probably like
20,
19, 20. Yeah.
Okay.
If you were 1920 and you had a Lambo, what would you be doing?
I'd be
wouldn't
wrapped
get
around
off
a
boat.
pole somewhere. Seriously.
Seriously, like think about it. Yeah? This kid is like a fucking dynamo of tennis, like out of nowhere.
I drove my little Swift GTR like it was a fucking Lambo.
No, you know what, man? That's interesting. Like, yeah, that's actually, like, you know, you said, like that. Like Tomic, yeah? Like the whole fucking thing with that. Fucking funny you said that, because I was thinking about that today. Is he Croat? He's Croat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was born there?
Something
I
like that,
remember.
yeah.
I fucking
I think
remember.
he was born in Germany, maybe?
Oh, yeah, he was. He was born in Germany.
Really?
Yeah,
Born
yeah.
in Germany,
No.
Yeah.
100%.
So wait, he's born in Germany, but he's Croat and he's living in Brizzy. How old
Yeah.
was he when he came to Brizzy?
Oh, I think he was a kid. I think he was young.
Yeah, because I remember they had him at the, like, was it Lady Hewitt or Pat Rafter, like, tennis camps or whatever the fuck it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big head, blockhead.
Blockhead, yeah. You know what? Like, it's interesting, man, because, like, I remember every time he had a flare-up, right, in the papers, every time the kind had a flare-up in the papers would always say, oh, he's the Croatian, you know, living in Brisbane, right?
Yeah.
If the guy came out and won, like, Wimbledon, he'd be like, oh, Australian,
He's a proud Aussie.
Tomic, you know?
Proud Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit. Every fucking time. They do that in this country, like, all the time, man. They,
Whatever,
like,
Bernard.
yeah, they'll stand behind someone.
Yeah.
But if they
Yeah.
do something negative, it's like, oh, let's do our best to distance
Oh, like when
ourselves.
Kyrgios came out and he started winning matches. Oh, he's awesome. And then Dawn Fraser comes out and says, go back to where your fucking family came from.
He was born in Canberra. And what, like,
Yeah.
and that, I actually made a point because I was watching TV before we got here today. I was watching fucking morning TV, and I swear to God, morning TV is the worst shit on the planet.
Like those sunrise shows or whatever.
Oh, Sunrise, Studio 10, what's the other one? Wait, there's the one that Kruger's on.
Oh, yeah.
There's the morning, whatever.
Sunrise is 7, and then you've got Channel 9.
Today.
Today.
On Channel 9.
You know, you can see him sitting on his couch, like eating Fruit Loops in his job.
Oh, yeah. Twisties. In my
Yeah, what are you
job.
meant to do on your day off, right? But those fucking shows, man. I got so many things to pick with those bullshit shows. But they were hanging on Curious again because he yelled at like some ball boy.
Yeah. Like, give me the ball.
I don't know.
Like-
I didn't. Like I had it on the background.
Yeah.
I was like having my cornflakes.
People have to understand, like, when you're in a match or you're playing, like,
At the highest level.
at the highest
mind you.
level and the pressure's on, your adrenaline's pumping. You're going to say things. You're going to look on the footy field. Man, you played basketball. I played footy.
Yeah.
You know, like, you
Dude,
say
I
things.
play indoor and I
That's what I'm
play
saying.
indoor in bush league like
Yeah.
knocks.
And then
I'm
they-
ready to tear people apart.
Exactly. And this guy's playing for like $3 million or whatever he's playing for. You know, you're gonna crack it every now and then. It's not,
Nah, but man, like
give me the ball.
it makes me laugh because like they all came out and they're like attacking him at the start, like
Yeah.
Kyrgios, right? And like, oh yeah, he's unsportsmanlike, all that shit. That's when Dawn Fraser came out and said that shit. And then someone raised the point of, hang on, Dawn,
Pop up, Dawny.
yeah, you tried to steal the flag outside of like the Japanese prime minister or emperor or something
Yeah.
back in like the 70s or whenever the hell it was.
Yeah.
She was banned from swimming for 10 years. So not only did she do that, like disgraced her country at the highest level, comes out on TV, makes it completely unlike. It was just like,
Unwarranted.
you're a retired swimmer. You're commenting on like some kid.
Play Pipe
who's playing
down,
tennis.
Dawn.
Yeah, like you're any fucking better with the most racist shit on
Yeah.
the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dawn Fraser's probably still got like some sort of ceremony she's got to go to. She's got no idea where she is, you know, like, yeah.
Pipe down, Dawny.
That's it. Like that shit really pissed me off, man.
Fucking Dawn.
And I was watching it this morning, and they're like, you know, Nick, just do your own thing. You know, don't worry, because apparently, like, I didn't actually see the comment, but apparently he was trying to tie in Novak. Like, I don't know, Nick Kyrgios was defending himself, and he tried to tie in Novak with it. Like, this was recent, like this morning or something. Yeah. And these commentators on the morning show were like, "Oh, Nick, just do your own thing. You know, don't worry about just worry about your own behaviour."
Like, do people realise Roger Federer, right? Greatest of all time.
Yeah, like,
he was a brat when he was younger.
Was he?
Mate, he used to go off tap. I'm talking like break rackets, swear at the umps.
Bullshit.
Everything.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you're young, and then you like snapped out of it. Got good
Yeah,
management.
Lady Hewitt, man.
Yeah, look at it. Come on.
Remember Lady Hewitt?
Yeah,
like
He
he
was
used to
cracking his
lose
shit's bad every game, like temper tantrums.
Yeah.
Every game.
standard, man.
Yeah.
And then like Nick Kyrgios comes out, it's like, oh, it's like, dude, Nick. People were falling asleep with tennis because Leighton was like, you know, out of it.
Yeah.
Like, as in Leighton was retiring.
Yeah.
Like, man, personally, man, I love Leighton Hewitt.
Yeah, mate, he's got guts, mate. Like,
He was like the epitome of like the Australian, like,
Battler.
yeah, the battler thing. You know what I mean? Like against all odds, just comes out and like kills cunts. But like,
Kills cunts.
What was, man? How many great hopes have like been in? Like, let's say tennis, for example. How many great hopes have come up in the last like 5 years? There was that Bevilacqua girl.
Yeah.
Then the Stosa as well.
Stace is still there, but she's so inconsistent. She's so inconsistent.
He also had that little Gavrilova, the Russian chick who
yeah.
became an Australian.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
did. We just
Adopted.
jumped on her like...
Yeah, jumped on it, man.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. That's what we
Yeah,
love to do in this country. We jump on national icons until they fall off the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Right?
Russell Crowe. He's a Kiwi.
Oh yeah. Right? Kiwi.
When he's done something bad, he's a New Zealander.
Rusty.
But
Bad, like studies band.
Yeah, no.
What? Odd foot, something odd foot of grunt or something?
Yeah, yeah.
What was it called?
Something odd foot of grunt. What was it?
I know,
100 odd foot of grunt, maybe?
Something
I
like
think
that.
I heard one song. where that.
And that was about it.
I don't know.
I was disgusted by the one song I heard. I remember that.
I was disgusted.
Disgusted.
Sparky Bob was not happy.
Nah.
He's cracked it.
Wait, I've lost my fucking train of thought now. What was that? What was I saying?
Leighton.
Yeah, Leighton.
Like, Aussie, like, who's come in the last 5 years?
Yeah, no one, right?
Yeah.
As in, no one that's like
You say
marquee.
specifically in tennis?
Yeah, and then Kokinakis and like Kyrgios like
Yeah.
pop up,
Yeah.
and it's like the kids, they're like 18 years old, and they're playing like the hell was that? Oh yeah, this.
Because you've also got Duckworth and like Whittington, but they're shit. So
They're shit.
Well, who's that guy played yesterday? I was watching a little bit. Nadal just wiped him off the court, man. It was an Aussie guy. He beat him 6-1 in 3 sets, like 6-1, 6-1, 6-1.
Oh.
But Nadal, man, like, that guy's just a machine.
he's so
But
good.
Nadal's the best. He's my favourite modern player.
Yeah.
Nadal.
I love the way he plays, like so intense.
Yeah,
and,
like everything is aggressive.
he
puts his
would
body
be
on
the
line.
greatest of all time, but his knees are buckled.
Yeah, because of
his
his
knees are buckled.
because of his gameplay, because of his style of gameplay.
The way he stretches and he...
Yeah, he just goes after every ball. Like he's like the Leighton Hewitt of Europe. You
Yeah.
know, like just
Yeah.
kills himself.
Yeah.
You know, but and
Apparently he was an amazing soccer player as well.
really,
Yeah.
I didn't know
His
that.
uncle
Spaniard,
played. His
yeah.
uncle played. Like, he was nuts.
That's the thing. Like with Kyrgios, that's what I was like keeps bothering me about it. Right? They say he's only playing for himself, and I was like, well, he's the only one out there, right?
Yeah.
And then they had to go at Tomic because he didn't want to go to the Olympics because he wanted to defend his title. Like
In Mexico.
was it Mexico? Like I don't
Also,
know.
he played in Mexico, I think, last week. But he wants to
And
defend
then
his title.
all these idiots that are sitting in their armchairs start coming out like, oh, yeah, he's got the chance to represent his country at the highest honour. What a joke. How selfish of him. It's his career, man. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
if you want to quit your job and move from Fossies before the ball drops and go to Tarjay, you know, that's entirely your fucking call to make.
Yeah.
It's his title.
Might quit my job and go throw a javelin.
Yeah,
You know,
he'll look like a dickhead whether he likes it or not. Like,
Yeah.
as in, like, you know, doesn't go to Mexico, just relinquishes his title. Fine, goes to the Olympics, whatever. You know, like it's his. And the Olympics are in Rio.
Yeah. And they've got that, they're worried about that disease now.
The Zika.
Zika.
Yeah.
So he's thinking to himself,
Like, fuck it.
I
I'm not-
could go defend my title, win some money. I could go to Brazil, probably lose, and
die.
and die.
Yeah, like it's entirely his fucking
So
choice.
yeah,
And they're calling him like selfish because he doesn't want to go to the Olympics. You don't have to go to the fucking Olympics.
No.
If you don't want to go, you don't want to
No.
go. And and that was the other argument, like with track and field. and swimming and all these sort of niche things. Like, no, don't look. Don't laugh. You're looking at me because both of you as well. You're looking at me like I'm not taking away from any of it. But what I'm saying is that, like, you know, if you're a basketballer, you can play basketball anywhere, any league or whatever. And speaking of that, man, we keep jumping around, but man, have you guys actually watched the NBL in the last like couple of years?
I watched a couple of games. It's
I love how they just play in like basketball stadiums I played in when I was playing.
They've got his photo up on the wall.
Retired number, you know, like his retired number. Johnny.
Number 9, right. Like, who is right?
Yeah. Johnny Wright. He was one of the best.
Champion. Yeah, Andrew Gazer's got his number on his speed dial. You know? Yeah, but his daughter, Lindsay.
It's true though, man. Like, you watch it and just this old warehouse and the stands are empty. It's fucking hilarious.
But look at the changes NBL have done in the past, like, say, 10 years. They had Southern Dragons gone. Melbourne Tigers, Southern Dragons.
Who are the Southern Dragons?
They played for like 2 years. They won the championship and then they folded that year. Right? Melbourne Tigers are gone.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Weren't they like the marquee team?
Yeah, because they've changed the name to Melbourne United because there's only one team now in Melbourne. Like, Melbourne Tigers with a standalone team, so they made it Melbourne United. What a joke. Melbourne Tigers. Bring back Southeast Melbourne Magic, man.
That's what I remember.
The North Melbourne Giants. North Melbourne Giants, man.
I went to a Southeast Magic game, man. I got free tickets from someone. I was like 9 years old.
When I was young, always the Tigers games at the fucking tennis center.
Really?
Yeah,
I used to go to Southeast Melbourne Magic. Like, that's supposed to be my big end shit, man.
I bought one of those foam fingers, man. Me, my old man, and my cousin.
Number 1.
Yeah. I remember I had that foam finger. I bet you $1 million. It's probably still floating around like in my mum's house or something, man. I guarantee it, right? Yeah, but the thing about that, like with the basketball, I tried watching it. Like, I remember last year I'd be like on my couch, 11 p.m. just watch basketball. Just why not support the team. And I'm just looking at these players. I got no idea like who any of them are. Yeah. And the skill level is just it's not.
5 minutes can go by and there's no baskets made.
Like when we were younger, we had some players, man.
Yeah.
Like we had Gaze, Sam McKinnon, Copeland. Like we had some
Johnny's favourite player, Shane Hill.
Shane Hill.
I remember
the 3-point technique.
Look, Shane Hill had a bit of attitude, but you can't deny he was a player, man.
No, he was.
A player.
He was.
He's a player.
Is he the coach for the
Sydney Kings? He was. I don't know what he's doing now.
I think it was coaching.
He's probably coaching fucking Melbourne United. Do
you know what the funny part was? Is like, because I was just looking at him. I was looking at the game, and I'm like, I wonder who these people like really are. Like, who are the like? What is the like? Yeah, I want to see the profile of these players. And I'm just like seeing the franchise like black dudes like running around, right? I'm like, suss this out, like stuff it. Like I want to see some credentials. So I've pulled out like this one random point guard with covered in tats and cornrows.
Deshaun.
Yeah. I'm gonna suss him out. I've looked him up. He went to like some NBA like draft camp. Yeah. Didn't make the cut. Went to Lithuania for 3 years. Yeah. Got dropped there.
Guaranteed he would have played NBA D League in the summer.
Yeah.
He would have played for sure.
Yeah. And then he went to Mongolia, played like 6 weeks in a round robin tournament, then found his way to Melbourne, and now he's a franchise player.
Like, a lot of those players go to Greece, Italy, all that kind of stuff, and then they make their way to Australia. Just coin. Whatever they can get paid.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, hustle it. But
yeah.
Right? And anyway, what I was thinking about was the fact that, basketball's like, say, for example, basketball's like that, right? Tennis, you got your whole, what's the name of the thing? Like the whole season. Yeah. Like it starts off with the Oz Open and goes till...
Yeah.
What's the last tournament of the year? I got fucking no idea.
Oh, they're on the French Open now. And then you've got, I think, US, then Wimbledon, right?
Yeah. And then
Australian Open again. In January.
Yeah, like the Australian Open's the first one.
But they play like throughout the whole year. Like
they got like these smaller tournaments.
They've got 100 tournaments. Like before the Oz Open, you've got like the Kooyong Classic. You've got the one up in...
you've got Brisbane International. You've got Sydney International. You've got heaps of shit.
Like these players can sort of do it, like tennis players. Yeah. Like you can do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then, but with track and field and, swimming and all that sort of shit, you sort of don't have that. You
got your one window every 4 years.
Yeah, you have the Commonwealth Games, which... Have you ever watched the Commonwealth Games?
No.
Right?
No.
Commonwealth Games, then you got, the Olympics.
Yeah. They've got their, overseas. They've still got competitions.
Yeah, your track meets and stuff.
But it's not like...
But not your major payday. Like, your dreams for a gold medal.
This is their day. This is their time to shine. Like, they train for this. This is what they do.
Like Michael Jordan, man. He was part of, Dream Team 1, I think, and Dream Team 2.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, that's 8 years. 8-year gap. Yeah. How long is someone's career? 20 years? Tops?
Yeah.
Tops. Depending on the sport. AFL, you wouldn't play 20 years. That's rare.
I mean, Fletcher played for how long?
Well, did Fletcher really play for that long?
Well, let's just say he played.
He was there.
That was about, what, 18? I mean,
He had a locker.
Boomer Harvey?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Boomer,
Is rarity.
Yeah,
It's a rarity.
Fletch, Craig Bradley.
Braddles. But it's an absolute rarity. It's a rarity.
Right, it's rare, right?
Yeah.
But these track athletes, like, they literally, you've got to poach them when they're like 11 years old to make sure you get every opportunity in.
Yeah. Get him in little athletics.
Michael Diamond, is it his name? Michael Diamond?
Yeah, the shooter.
The shooter, the Greek shooter,
Yeah.
the Greek Australian,
the Greek Australian shooter.
the Greek Australian shooter who won gold in. What year was it, man?
I think it was in like was it Atlanta in '98 or something?
I swear, I'm pretty sure I was either in
96.
I was in primary school.
96?
I'm pretty sure I was in primary school, man. I don't think
It was early on. Like, man, it was
2000. So it was 96.
96 Atlanta.
Atlanta. It had to be. I'm pretty sure I was in primary school because I'm pretty sure I was still going to grade school at that point, and they were like talking about it.
Michael Diamond.
Yeah, then he got done for like reckless driving or something, or drink driving. Should be stripped of his medals. What the fuck? What
Oh, yeah, you're right.
is it?
Yeah, he got charged. He's got he's got some serious personal problems.
Like what?
I don't know. He just does stupid shit. He's been charged with drink driving and firearm offences. He's a shooter. So why have you got this gun? I'm a shooter. Get out of the car, sir.
Shooting the Olympics. I need this for the Olympics. Is that all right?
He's got some semi-automatic, like just cocked and loaded, ready to go. You know what I mean?
But he was, like they were loving him.
But
at one stage.
he's in the Olympics. Apparently, he was meant to.
That's a bit different though, because shooting, you can, it's a bit of a different kind of kettle of fish. Like for athletes, like as in, all right, he's an athlete.
Yeah.
But like runners,
But that's the
and
point.
stuff
That was the
like that.
stepping back to the original point. The fact that like
No
tennis players,
shit. Yeah.
other than
96 Atlanta.
other than personal pride and Wheaties box representative sort of shit, like you don't have to go to the Olympics if you don't fucking want it.
Especially when there's deadly mozzies flying around.
Fuck that, man. Fuck that. I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But everyone's like jumping on it, like whatever, and they like Curious Man cop flack because he says he openly says how he wanted to play basketball, but his parents pushed him towards tennis. Like, I don't blame his parents, considering the state of basketball in Australia.
I mean, and
Right?
if he wasn't like a superstar, probably wouldn't have gone to the NBA or stuff like that. So you'd play in the NBL, you'd play for minimum wage, and then he'd be looking at the Australian Open saying, "Man, I should have played tennis."
Yeah.
So no, good on his parents.
No, seriously, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that, like, and they jumped on him for that. He's selfish and he's got the opportunity. It's like, yeah, you know what? If, like, it's his choice at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's his fucking choice. Like, period. If he wants to play tennis, he can play. And that was the other thing I read the other day, man, about him saying he wants to have walked away by 30. He wants to have retired from tennis to do something else.
Yeah.
And they're like, he's already calling quits on his career, like all this shit. It's like, dude, it's his fucking, this is his job.
But he didn't call quits. He's got another
He's
10
just saying
years.
he wants to do
He's
something
got another
else.
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't want to like stretch out my career, because you see some players and just athletes in general, they try to prolong their career and they actually do damage to their name.
Yeah.
By
they end
leaving
up
it
going
too
out
long.
on the low.
They fuck their legacy up.
Yeah,
You just
you
know them
like-
as his shit cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
I think it's a smart move wanting to finish by 30, achieve everything by 30. And
If he can do whatever he can do by 30, and he's all right, well, I'll move on from tennis and I'll do something else. It's not a, it's an Australian. Like, shut up, idiot. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, that's the thing there. It's do you want to talk about people who should have moved on from their fucking careers? Let's try Bert Newton. Let's try Kerry-Ann Kennelly.
Bert.
The
Denise
people-
Drysdale.
Oh,
Other than-
jeez. I saw her once.
Chesty
I saw her
LaRue.
once at Woolies shopping.
Oh, yeah.
Serious?
Just gave her the worst greasy.
I think I saw her once when I was going to
stare
the
at her
airport when I was
titties.
a kid.
Oh,
Yeah, you stared at her titties.
yeah, I did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, that was huge, man.
All right, you want to talk about extending? That's what we do in this country. We recycle.
Yeah.
We recycle
Celebrities.
people.
Yeah.
Till till no end.
Yeah.
Like literally, Bert will be emceeing his own funeral.
Beyond the
Daryl
grave.
Summers. Daryl Summers is back on TV.
Was it? Did you ask me? That's it. You asked me. You're like, how has Daryl Summers got a new show? I'm like, I remember writing back to you going, I thought he died. Like, and that's no disrespect to Daryl Summers.
No.
I just actually didn't think he was around. Like, it was just.
Man, like even Lavinia Nixon, man.
Yeah.
She was on Hey Hey.
Yeah.
And then I remember, I was only, when did Hey Hey finish? Like, shit. Man, my phone's all over there. Someone got their phone.
Early 2000? No, it would have been later.
Oh, I know, it went for like 30 years, right? something like 25, 30 years, didn't it?
I think so.
I don't know.
I remember watching it when I was a little tacker.
Yeah, I was tiny, man. Saturdays, like, you'd sit at home, watch...
Pluck
Hey,
a
It's
duck.
Saturday.
Pluck a
Remember that
duck,
shit?
yeah.
Pluck a duck.
You know?
So what happened was,
Oh, here we go.
it went from 71 to 77. Then they had a 2-year break. Then it went from 79 to 99. And they just came back in 2010 for 1 year.
Did the whole year in 2010.
I don't know.
It was
I
like
don't think
a
it
couple
was.
specials.
Yeah, I think it was a couple
And
of
even
specials.
then they fucked up with that blackface, like the Harry Connick Jr.
He lost
that's
it,
right.
and he
Yeah.
lost it.
That was fucked.
Yeah.
That's so embarrassing, man. Where are the producers? Seriously. Where are the... Like,
You know what'd be funny, man?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think.
Bad. Right? But, like, I still remember being a kid. So, like, 99, it stopped, yeah?
Yeah. So we were 15.
Yeah, like 14,
Yeah.
14, 15 years old. I still remember seeing, like, that wrap up. And then I remember Lavinia Nixon, before that wrapped, she was making guest appearances. She came down. I was watching The Price is Right. Right? I was like after school or something, you know, like half asleep. You're watching The Price is Right. And I remember Lavinia Nixon came out as a guest helper. It was something so fucking ambiguous.
With Larry.
Yeah, just to get her face, like, in the picture, like, you know, she's got the elbow in the door. And I still remember being 14 and saying, what the fuck is Lavinia Nixon doing there? Like, what's her job? Like, in this, right now, because they just brought her out halfway through the segment. And all she did was stand there looking awkward while the contestants making their choices. And she just stood there. Like, I don't think she said 3 words.
It's like the Logies, man.
And then, the Logies.
They start with the Logies.
And then I remember it's like, yeah, you know, everyone thank Lavinia Nixon for helping. I'm like, we shouldn't do it. Like, what the fuck?
She probably got paid, like.
And then,
you know.
yeah, hey, like, got canned. I'm like, that's why. Because, like, they're just paid, like, seeing where the new job's going to be. And then she ended up as a weather girl. Is that what she was doing?
Something like that.
I
Weather
think
on
she's
Channel,
still-
Channel 9 or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, weather. Sports and weather.
And over to Pete, the sport and weather.
But think about it. If we were 14 and Lavinia Nixon had already been on TV for how long, and
Yeah.
she's still in TV now, like, as the weather girl.
Yeah.
Daryl Summers, her old, like, boss, has come back in his own, like, hypnotist shit.
Yeah,
the
and I don't know
illusion
where
show.
that's gone. I saw one episode and it's gone now, I think. I don't
It
know.
died.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the one ad and then, I don't know.
Like, do the producers of these shows they don't take notes? Honestly,
No,
of what's happening
They're
around
in
the
a
world.
fucking bubble, man.
I think they're out of touch, right?
Yeah.
Out of touch.
Yeah.
I remember when the producers of Rove were up in a shitstorm, like they got canned years ago because they were ripping segments off from like David Letterman and Leno and like all the late night because they didn't like them. Obviously, just thought that Australians wouldn't be watching that sort of shit to know. It's like
I used to watch David Letterman every night.
Letterman was the best.
He
You
was
know who
awesome.
used to watch it on Easter.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny, like with the Greeks, like at Easter Mass and shit like that. So you're
Yeah.
up till midnight.
Yeah.
So you eat your goat gut
Watch
soup.
David Letterman.
And you watch David Letterman.
That was the go-to.
yeah, standard.
It was, you know,
Standard. You know?
David Letterman was awesome. But these Australian
But
TV
that's what I'm
is just
saying.
in the arse, man.
It's in the arse. It's been in the arse since we were kids. Like,
Yeah.
Man, what was the last thing you saw on TV that was Australian produced? And you know what, man? I'll tell you what. They tried to do things right by, like, you know, like the Underbelly series.
Yeah.
That was good.
Gallipoli, you know, like all these. They started putting money and production value back
Which was
in
good.
It.
Like
yeah, which
that-
is cool.
Yeah.
And it's because our generation is sort of starting to come around and say, fuck, man, we need to pull our socks up.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, man, if they had the call, they would have left it to Bert Newton to be in Gallipoli.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Eddie Maguire, my guest in Underbelly as
They had that bikie show, the Australian bikie show about the
Yeah, the
commentators.
commentators, yeah.
But, fucking Bert would have been sergeant at arms. You know what I mean? Like,
There was a bikie show.
Yeah. It was cool, dude.
yeah, that was all right. It was all right, but that was when they tried to bring it out when Sons of Anarchy was at its peak.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they bring out a bikie show about the Australian bikies. The concept was pretty cool. It was like based on true events and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But you're trying to go head to head with like Sons of Anarchy. That's just not going to happen.
Big budget.
That's
fucking,
not
yeah,
going to happen.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. Like it did okay, but
I had no idea. I
It
swear
just
to
seemed
God,
like a sort of try-hard version of that, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah,
a sort of
yeah.
cheaper
yeah.
I
try-hard
had
version.
no idea, man.
And the quality of it wasn't great. Like the acting quality, it just wasn't there.
But you know what? That's the other thing that burns me. That, like, I mean, I've been in media since forever and a day, right? And in every element, like, I've done music, I do, like, you know, film production, I've done all that sort of shit. And I've, like, you know, I've networked and worked with so many fucking actors, and all of them go to Europe or the States, right? Because there's no work here. But the thing is, like, it's not that there's no work here, but they'll lose a role to, you know, Bert Newton.
Yeah. yeah.
They'll lose a fucking role to Bert Newton.
Yeah.
Yeah, or there's, like, no money in it at all.
Well,
Where-
have a look at all the actors coming out of Neighbours and Home and Away, all right? They all go to the States to try and
Yeah, they crack that
yeah,
market.
Yeah, and there's a couple have. I'll give them, their dues. A couple have.
Gina Liano is on Neighbours.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. I
And
don't
now she's like
understand
she's the stepmother on the stage music, the stepmother of Cinderella. She's playing one of the evil sisters or some shit. Like she's got a role in some stage production that's come up.
She a lawyer?
When was Gina Liano like an actor / like dancer or whatever you want to call
that.
it?
If you can get your name out there, you'll become an actor.
You don't need to do shit.
Johnny, jump on board, son. You're jumping on Neighbours.
It's not too late.
Yeah, no, fucking oath it's not.
No,
All right, I'll sign up.
I'm serious. Sign up, man.
Mate,
we'll
go
make
to
a demo
Ramsey
reel.
Street or whatever the fuck it's called.
Erinsborough.
Erinsborough. Plant your ass on that chair outside and just wait for a part.
Dude, Neighbours, Erinsborough. Like, dude, that's meant to be like a look at staple community life in Melbourne.
Yeah.
The only time there's a wog on that show is when he's playing some sort of deviant that's ruining a marriage.
Yeah, burn
Or,
down
like,
the school.
Johnny, like, man, I'm telling you from this side of the fence, growing up and seeing that shit used to infuriate the fuck out of me because it's, that like, Neighbours is filmed up in Vermont, man.
Yeah.
Like Burwood.
Yeah.
How many wogs are out in Burwood and Vermont?
Yeah.
So many wogs and Asians and stuff. It's what do you mean?
We've got to try and do. We've got to try and do a podcast, all right? We've got to try and do it at Ramsey Street.
That'd be sick.
We'll just sit in the car. We'll just sit there, just bag them out.
just sit with your sandwiches.
Oi, Carl! Dr. Kennedy.
Do that show.
Yeah.
The same dudes. Like, the guy will die
They've
on
recycled
screen.
actors. They've just recycled from the 80s.
Yeah.
Names that have been from the 80s. And they've come in now and they've got new parts. Oh, Grandpa's back. Like, Harold came back like 8 times. I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
I thought he died.
Yeah.
I saw him at the footy once sinking cans.
And then they bring back like
Paul
some-
Robinson, he came back.
And he's always the bad cunt.
Yeah,
it's always like
always.
something
He
happens.
never
Paul
learns.
Robinson.
Never
Yeah,
learns.
there's only one bad dude in the entire town.
Paul.
There's like all this drama, all this bullshit. I'm like,
No,
And-
it's ridiculous. Like,
and
yeah.
every backpacker that I've ever worked with has always said the same thing to me. Like they compare Neighbours
Yeah.
and that shit to us. Like,
But in England and all that, they love it. They love
Oh,
Neighbours.
man, they
it's
fucking-
like
Yeah,
here
Neighbours
where
crazy.
we watch like the Aussies here. They watch the EastEnders and shit like that in England.
yeah.
Their
That's
version
what
of that
we're
is
showing the
Neighbours.
rest of the
Yeah,
world.
and they love it.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
like, what?
They try and bring out some bullshit show. If it's not a cooking show and it's not
Yeah.
a home reno show
Yeah.
and it's not someone
Oh,
trying to sing
Don't
show,
get me started on those home
forget
reno
it.
shows.
I'm not even.
Don't get me
we're
started
wasting
because
our
I'll
time talking
just-
about that.
yeah.
How many are there? Like,
There
I
are-
can't
that's
keep
all
up.
there is.
I cannot keep up with them.
That's all there is, man. And then I remember they tried to introduce one and it died in the ass, so they replaced it with like YouTube videos of cats or some shit.
Yeah.
Like this, you have like commercial television space, like time to do whatever you want. You're recycling YouTube
And you know
videos
what's
of
always
fucking
on
cats.
Channel 9? That the greatest moments in the 90s. Have you noticed that? They always recycle that, like the top 10 moments in the 90s.
Isn't that
And
hosted
it's
by
always
Bert
that
Newton as
fucking,
well?
yeah, Bert Newton and that Jules Lund cunt.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Who?
Jules. Exactly.
I don't know these.
Exactly.
I don't know these things.
Jules Lund's alright. He does some good stuff, but Bert Newton is always the host.
Yeah.
Like, really, Bert? Like, just give it up, man. Retire. Like, how old is he? He'd be at least 80.
Do you know why he's still around?
Bert.
Because he's got to keep his son out of trouble.
Yeah,
He's got to keep bailing him out. Do you remember when, like,
beat up his missus.
that's what that.
Brooks Snatchwell.
The snatch.
I remember I wrote like
She's
an
hot.
article blog thing like 10 years ago when what's his name? Bert Newton's son.
Matthew.
Yeah, Maddie,
Maddie.
good old Maddie. I remember I wrote a blog because I lost. I've just like what was it? 10. It was ages ago. Like 10 years. It has to be like 8 years when he, not when he punched the fuck out of that that poor hotel worker in like Vegas or something, or Florida. Remember?
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah, he was like drunk or something, and his TV was fucked, so it's gone in like
cracked it.
he's gone like all American, yeah, like Hulk on this dude.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, like, you're a bogan in like stussy shorts, you know, like
Well, Bert's 77 years old. Married Patty in 1974. Good old Patty Newton.
Patting you. That's forget it. But like, I remember when he beat the shit out of Brooks Satchwell, and he didn't do any time. He did nothing.
No, because he's Bert's son.
Yeah.
He went to rehab. He had issues apparently.
And at the same time, this was the flip. At the same time, you had Johnny Farnham's manager Glenn.
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 I think Glenn Strachan or something. No,
Oh,
Glenn Strachan,
he was on those ads,
Glenn
right?
Wheatley.
Glenn
Yeah,
Wheatley,
yeah.
right? He did. And this is the funniest. At the same time, like the flip, at the same time, he was he got done for tax evasion or something. He failed to pay like 40 grand tax. He went to prison.
Yeah.
He went to jail
For 40 grand.
for like 2 years or whatever the hell it is.
This
you
guy
know?
beat Snatchwell.
Yeah. Matty Newton beat the fuck out of a woman.
Yeah.
All right.
Sexy
and
woman.
he did nothing.
Sexy
They didn't do it. He needs help. You know, we're going to put him in like care, psychiatric assessment. What the fuck, man?
Like, so it's physical abuse. That's it. At the end of the day, he should be thrown in prison. Doesn't matter who he is. No matter who he is. Throw his ass in jail.
I swear to God, we need to make friends with Bert Newton.
Yeah. All right.
Call
Call
out
out to
different our
Bert.
lives would be.
I need to write him an email.
Can you imagine?
Just
that?
a strongly worded email. Listen, Bert.
Oh, that was that other thing. I'm thinking of shit from like 10 years ago. I remember because when I used to work for that event hire company and we used to do setups, those sort of shit, you'd always hear like random shit, like random facts from behind the scenes and stuff. And I remember for Bert, was it Bert? I'm pretty sure it was Bert. It was someone like in that sphere of like,
Bert.
it was in that sphere of like
Yeah.
influence, right? Like that mob, you know, like a Maguire or a Bert or whatever, to rock up to like a charity event, just to rock up to it, maybe, you know, fart into the microphone.
What was
for
the
20
fee?
seconds.
Yeah.
It was seriously like 40, 50K.
Yeah, just to rock up. Make an appearance, take a photo.
Take a photo at some random charity event, 40, 50K. 50K is a salary for most people, man.
Yeah.
And this guy, like, just to rock up, and he's like, I can't be fucked. What are you, nuts?
Gets out of
Like,
bed.
Get out of bed, put on your toupee, roll down to this award thing.
For like a couple of hours, doing 2 hours work.
And then, that's $50,000.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a producer, right? Like, I produce shit, right?
I'm just picturing him leaving the house and the toupee's like on the side, like not on correctly.
Get my coffee patty.
Man, I'll put numbers on shit. As a producer, I'll put numbers on it straight away. For the boys for indoor, right, we said we'd start a kitty up, you know, like, you will pay an extra $3-4 every week, and at the end of the year, like the end of the season, we do like a Christmas party.
End of season, like dinner or lunch or whatever.
And then someone was like, "Oh, you know, how much money are we even going to have? You know, is there much of a point? This and that." I go, "Boys, I go think about it. I go, there's 7 to 10 guys that play every week. Like, I mean, that's a lot, not 10, but let's say 7. You know, take $3 from everyone. You know, 7.21. How many games do we have? You know, do the maths. I remember like when we first did it, I said you'd have, you know, say $300-400 left over by the end of the year.
I mean,
the
that's
season,
I mean, you go
which
to
is a bit of
dinner,
money.
get some drinks.
And they're like, "Are you serious?" I go, "Guys, with that money, I'll have a topless waitress in for 2 hours, 2 bottles and a slab and some chips,
Done.
and 2 pizzas."
Fuck yeah.
Like, are you for real? I go, "Trust me. I go, this is what I do." I go, $220 for a topless waitress, minimum 2 hours. Like,
The numbers,
I just did the
man.
numbers. Yeah, dead set.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that's what I had to do. You have to think on your feet, like with shit like that. So that's why I get infuriated when I hear shit like Bert Newton passing up 50 grand.
Yeah.
Dude, like, that's $50,000 man.
Yeah.
And that's when I you know something I actually wanted to ask you guys. Actually, because like you guys are good with this sort of stuff as well, and because like I mean, you know, you both live with people. Like, you know, John, you got a kid. There's shit that you know that I don't know. I needed your help with this one, right? And I want us to fucking do this, all right? Can we run a budget for the average household? Let's just say father, you know, mother, 1 kid.
Yeah.
Let's think of the staples that you need to survive. Because if you ask me for my budget, my cost of living, I want the cost of living for the average Australian.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not talking about the shit that they put in the fucking papers.
we're talking staples.
I'm talking you, me, your neighbor, the guys we work with. I want us to do a cost of living because I know what my cost of living is, and I want to know if I'm really way off. Because I was thinking about everything we've been talking about, and it's like, do we live like lavish shit? Do we live lavish? I don't think we do.
No.
We don't fucking live like beyond our means. You know what I mean?
You know, we get paid week by week, but we're actually living day by day.
Yeah,
Like,
hour by hour, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and Johnny, you've got a kid, so it's different. Like before food and before bills, you've got to put a roof over her head. So that's rent, right there. That's your rent.
Can we do a cost of living for the average Australian, like right now?
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right, and let's say, Johnny, man, you're the best one for this because you've got a kid, something we don't have.
You got a whole a family
yeah,
unit.
you'll be able to tell us
know.
like everything else. Okay, for just a couple with a kid in a house. All right. So what's the cost of living?
So add up.
Let's start like staples. All right, let's say rent in an average house, like we're not moving to Turak.
So 400 a week.
A week with 400 a week, like
450.
An apartment in my building rent. I think returning the things like $250-$300. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to be nice? And we'll say 350. Let's say they're not living in a massive unit.
Well, where I used to live in the townhouse, in
Townhouse.
Schneids.
Oh, Schneids, yeah.
So
in the areas.
we were paying $470 a week for that.
That was a big house, though. As in,
3-bedroom.
3-bedroom house.
3-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
Okay,
Townhouse.
that's 470
$470.
for 3 bedrooms.
Mine's 480.
And that's
He's got the
3
same kind of
bedrooms as well,
townhouse.
Yeah,
Townhouse,
small
3-bedroom.
townhouse, 3 bedrooms.
small townhouse and
Yeah.
3 bedrooms.
Double garage. That's
about
basically
right.
what I was living in.
Let's make it nice and let's say 450.
Let's make it 450. Make it nice and
hang on.
simple. You know, like the cost of living is
All right.
anyway.
Okay, let's just say 450. That
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just straight off the bat. That's
Okay.
$450 for rent
450.
to keep a roof over your family's head.
That's 1,800.
Yep.
All right, a month on rent.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. What's next? What else do we pay for in a household?
Get
Think
your
about it.
bills, your electricity, your
All right,
water.
what's your water bill? My water bill comes to about 150 per quarter, and that's because I live alone and I don't have a garden to water. I'm only doing my laundry. I'm not doing anyone else's. That's mine. I know it's low.
I only live with my partner, so it's not really any different.
So,
Like
say
and we're
200?
really not home because we're always working. So
Yeah.
240ish, I think my last one was.
yeah, a quarter.
Okay, and
Yep.
you've got 1, 2, 3 adults living in your house
Yeah.
and a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 240.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you want to go with, like, say 250 to round it up, or do you want to go 200 to be nice?
Go 200 to be nice.
All right, 200 to be nice. We're sitting at $2,000, right? So that's water. Okay.
Food.
That's per quarter.
Yep.
All right,
Gas.
So, that's a month. So hang on. Hang on a second. Three. Okay, so you got.
My whole life is just numbers and bills. Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
well, that's what it
like,
is.
That's what it comes
You
down
go
to,
to
man.
work, you come home, there's a bill.
Because when you crunch the numbers,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense. You lose your shit.
Yeah.
All right. So right now we're
before
sitting.
before we get anywhere, you need to drive to work.
Oh, yeah.
So how much is your petrol a week?
Yeah, the Stato that drinks
Yeah.
the juice.
Yeah, what's that, like $100 a week? $90?
Yeah, we'll say 90.
Say $90?
Hang on a second. I'm just doing something right now.
Because, you know, you got to get to work.
You pay per year. Pay 21 grand. You pay $21,600 just for water and rent.
Yeah.
Because it's literally it's $1,800 a month for rent
Yep.
times 3, right? To make it a what's it called?
Yeah.
A quarter.
Yeah.
So it's 5,400 times 4.
Yep.
21,000.
21G.
Yeah.
All right, we're
That's
sitting
just
at
to have a
21
roof
grand.
over your head.
Let's like round it down to be sweet. Let's say 21K just to sit on it, all right? And that is without food.
No.
That's without. Let's keep going because man, this is like
All right.
this has been on my fucking mind.
Food.
Bad.
Food budget a
No,
week.
wait, hang on. The car. It's
Oh, sorry. The
nice
car.
and easy. Nice and easy.
$90 a week,
Fuel.
at least. The
At
Stato,
least.
that'd drink
The
juice.
Stato, and that's not including road tolls. That's not including wear on the car. That's not including like parking. Forget parking altogether.
You
That's,
pay insurance on the
This
car?
is just fuel.
all right,
Just
$90 of fuel. Let's round it up because we've rounded down the rent by like $600.
Make it $100.
Make it $100.
Yeah.
So it's nice and easy. $400 a month just on fuel. Yeah,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
All right. So $400 a month on fuel.
This budget's going to depress me so much.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I try and block this shit out.
You're going to have to get a second job as you're an electrician. You're going to have to do some weekend
weekend
work.
sparky work.
Yeah, some weekend sparky work. Just going to have to...
Okay, hang on. I swear. Insurance per, what do you pay like on a
Insurance.
Stato?
A year.
Don't have insurance.
And you know what, man?
Because why? Because
Why?
you're paying fucking out of the ass for everything
Yeah.
else.
And you know what? That doesn't surprise me, man,
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise. I'm paying out of the ass for insurance on my thing.
Yeah.
All
You
right?
know what's funny? I've pretty much never had insurance. I think I had it once. But I've got lucky. I've dodged it. I haven't needed it. So
Yeah,
for like
touch
10
wood.
years,
Touch
I'm
wood.
touching wood right now. But
Yeah,
for
you
10
don't-
years,
Yeah.
I've dodged the bullet.
Johnny likes to live dangerously.
Live on the edge.
Live
You
on
watch,
the edge.
on the way home tonight, I'll just fucking stack the state or something.
No, don't say that, man.
Don't say that. Don't say that. All right? But insurance, depending on what you drive, is between 50 to 120 like a month.
Yeah.
Standard. You're going to pay
Say-
at least
say-
900 to a grand a
Say
year.
full comp, grand a year. Just
a
say
grand a year. Let's say grand a year. Yeah.
Full comp.
Full 1K insurance.
If you're rating one.
Okay. Do you have insurance, man, on your property at home?
No.
No, 'cause
Okay.
it's
You
a
know what?
rental.
Your area, I wouldn't exactly.
No.
Yeah, I
say
think
you
it's
need
pretty
Your
sweet.
area?
It's pretty sweet.
My area, man.
I would.
I've got Chubb security doing laps around my building. and
24 on the clock.
it's my security. Like, I don't want
own
your security
personal-
guards coming in. My security guards.
They're waiting for you to, come outside and they escort you to your car.
You better be here when I get back from work, bro. You better be here. All right?
Some cut touches your car, monitored by Chubb Security.
Man. There's no car spots available in the building because it's all just security workers. What the fuck? All right, hang on. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so you got forget home and contents. All right, just leave it.
Too poor for that. Keep going.
Keep.
You want to go food?
All right, think about. All right, let's go back to that dad and the mum and the kid.
Yeah.
Think about yearly expenses for them, like
Dude,
health-
nappies alone.
That's right. Yeah.
Hang on, we haven't even discussed like a kid, whether it's a toddler, whether it's a
Yeah.
baby, whether it's a child in like grade 5. Hang on, health insurance. Do you have private healthcare at all?
Oh, man.
I don't.
I don't.
Ambulance cover. You know, I didn't get ambulance cover.
I don't have ambulance cover either.
No, I stopped having ambulance cover like 3 years ago because I simply couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have that money. Right? So let's just assume they're going without it.
Like, I've been meaning to get private health insurance for like 2 years.
Yeah.
I haven't had.
I don't have the money. Someone said to me, "Oh, it's only like $10 a month."
Yeah, all right. Well, no, it's not.
I don't
It's
fucking have it.
I just live on the hopes I'm not going to get sick.
I'm serious.
Seriously,
dreams.
that's honestly the truth.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Same. I go to work like falling apart. It's like, what are you doing out? I can't afford to take a day off work. Are you nuts? Right?
I rent you.
I know. All right. So hang on. Think of other big yearly expenses for like a household budget. Right. So you got obviously the car.
Rego for the car.
Rego we've added.
Yep.
We haven't added like servicing the fucking car. All right. We're just going to assume we're going to run the car into the ground.
Say you do it once a year because that's all you can afford.
What's your yearly
Couple of
service?
$100.
Couple $100. Let's say $300.
Yeah,
Which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. It's bullshit. But
$300.
$300 for the car. Right. Like, which is crap. We're sitting, honestly, man, we're at like 26,000, and that's just you've paid for your place over your head. You haven't furnished it.
Some
you paid
water.
The place, you play and water, electricity bill. We haven't even added the fucking electricity.
Gas and
bill.
electricity. Yeah, we haven't touched gas and
No.
electricity yet.
What's that per
They're
quarter?
the big
Like,
ones.
I pay. I think
Depending, because it's summertime, you can have the air
summer
cons
or
on.
winter.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I think I
have
pay like
the heaters on in winter.
$200, I think, per quarter, and that's just me in a little apartment.
Yeah.
Not including a house where the kid's got, the PlayStation going 24/7, the wife's got the hairdryer, like,
Yeah.
$220 a quarter, $200 a quarter, $800, rounded up to $1,000 for a household.
Yeah.
$1,000, for power.
Johnny's like, he's finding it hard to stomach
Tearing
here.
out my hair.
He's finding it hard to stomach here. This is all too real.
Seriously, man.
That's why
bullshit.
you're reminding me of this. Stop.
Think about it. Okay,
Gas.
I don't pay for gas because I'm in a body. I've got communal gas, so I've got no
Ooh.
idea.
La-di-da.
Yeah, but I pay, you know what I pay for body corporate fees that do absolutely nothing. I'm not even going to get started on that. That's a man.
It's a
that's
whole
another
different
conversation. Yeah, that is fucked up. Way too. Yeah. Oh. All right. What's gas worth? I got no idea.
Say bad.
Yeah, mine was 180, I think.
Yeah, so
180
$200
my last one.
$200 a quarter.
Yeah.
A quarter.
Yeah, $800
That's another
make it
grand.
$1,000.
That's another grand.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true, yeah.
All right, that's another grand. Okay, so far we've covered a roof, a car running on like fumes, and the house has got power in it.
Yeah.
All right, the fridge is empty.
Yeah.
All right, the fridge is empty. Your child's naked.
You guys. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going, man. Like, what else?
All right, food. Let's go food quickly. A month,
You know
a
what's
weekly
funny
bill.
though? Hang on. You know what's funny? The house so far has got
No furniture.
no furniture, no internet, no nothing, no landlines.
Nah.
You haven't got a mobile. You got nothing.
Yeah, no.
Right? So we're running on like pure staples right now. Like,
Yeah, we'll just do the staples.
We're talking. This is colonial Australia.
Back in the day.
Yeah, you're lucky to have
You've
power.
got your horse and cart at the
Yeah.
front.
All right, let's keep going, man. All right, what else? Like, let's say average food bill for mother and
Food's the motherfucker.
But that's
Food's the worst.
but let's say food, but including like nappies and formula and stuff like that.
All right.
It's hard for me to say, like, a set amount because we sort of go as we need to go.
Absolutely, yeah.
But each time we go, it's fucking at least like $50, dude, for one fucking bag of groceries. It's ridiculous.
just a
Like,
small bag,
the
plastic
cost
bag.
of food, man.
Yeah, $50.
So I don't know how you're going to work it out.
So if you were to do
See,
a
'cause
full shop,
I
say you
can't really
a full
do
shop.
it. I can't really comment because I live alone. I shop alone. I feed myself. So in a given week, like, and
Dude, it's tough with the families. You've got to always make sure there's food there for them.
Yeah, I'll go.
So how many times a week do you go to the supermarket? 3, 4?
3, 4.
3, 4. So you average that out to about $50. You're paying at least $200 a week in groceries.
At least.
That makes sense?
At
Minimum.
least.
Minimum.
So
Bare
$800 a week, $800 a month. Let's say $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, in case you want to buy like a chocolate bar.
Just get just something.
That, your kid's busting your balls for like an ice cream. There's only a 7-Eleven around the corner. Magnum.
Slug you $5.
$5.70 for a Magnum.
Okay, get
Killer
fucked.
Python $1.80.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Alright,
I know what you
so-
mean.
And that's $200 a week minimum.
$200 a week minimum, $1,000 a month on groceries. Okay? $1,000 groceries.
I mean, we pay at home where I am. We pay at least $200, and that's without a kid.
Yeah.
So with Johnny,
you
like
always got to have snacks and
absolutely.
always have like make sure there's
Yeah,
tons
and
of
you're
bread
cooking
there.
at home. You're not having dinner out.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand now when, like, I used to bust my mum's balls, as a kid. Like, Ma, I want pizza. Ma, I want, burger. And Mum would, like, crack it.
Yeah, now you realise.
Now, and now I go there and I'm looking, like, you know what one of the lowest points of my life ever was, man? And this was going back to that period when Nick and I were both on, like, Centrelink. Not even Centrelink, but we're both, like, struggling, looking for work and just taking any random employment thing. I've never told you this story, but he knows it. I still remember I was, like, fucking flat broke. Like, I'm talking I had nothing in my bank account, nothing. Not even tucked under the fucking mattress, jack shit. I was just gone, right? I was signing up, like, all I was doing was signing up to agencies, going to these interviews and just dancing like a dumb cunt.
Yeah, they'd sit there and like, dance for me, fool.
Yeah. And then I'd get like a random shift. I'd get like 3 random shifts.
Dance, monkey boy.
I'd get 3 random shifts doing something. And then
Shit to get jobs.
Centrelink would say, "Oh well, you've earned too much money. Too bad. You don't need us this week."
We'll give you $27 for the fortnight.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Right? So I was
treat
I
yourself
was
to the
flat.
smokes.
I got a job working Visiboard in Clayton. Nick was overseas.
I was working
Nick was in Afghanistan at that time, right?
Hardcore.
And we were talking to each other.
This is why I still remember it vivid, because I finally got it and I was wrapped. I'm like, a job. It's in Clayton. It's close. It's night shift. Starts at 11 p.m., finishes at 7 a.m., and you were just checking like plastic production line, right? And I thought, golden. I go, it's a night shift job. I go, I'll clean up. I'll hammer this out for as long as I can. The rate was like $24 an hour, $26 an hour for night shift work. And I'm like, what the fuck? I go, why is that so low? Because I said it to the girl at the thing, and she's like, oh, it's Visiboard. They've got some sort of
policy,
sort of policy shit.
Just bullshit.
Fuck the worker policy.
Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Did you expect to be in the 30s at least?
Yeah, I was
At
shattered.
least.
I was shattered because I remember like mate Pin was like, what the fuck? It's fucking Visi. I'm like, yeah, right? Honestly, it was the most brain dead job I've ever done in my life. And one of my mates who'd worked there as well, when I told him, he's like, oh, you're going to love it. I'm like, why? Because just wait till you get there. Because there's the machine that's called the wasting life machine. That's what I call it. I go, why is that? I go, you'll see. You're literally standing there just watching plastic form into like a big roll. And your job is to replenish the roll. So once the roll gets filled, you take it off the conveyor, you wrap it, you put it away, you set the next roll up, and then you hit start on the machine.
How long will the roll take?
The whole process will take, like the whole roll will take like an hour and something, right?
So you'd get like 6 rolls done in your shift
Yeah,
kind of thing.
right. The whole thing would take like an hour something.
Yeah.
If you took your time setting up the next roll, the whole procedure would take like 10 minutes. So the rest of the time, it's in a loud warehouse. You got like earplugs in. You're just standing there staring at this machine.
That's disgusting.
Right? And you can't even do anything. Can't read a book. Can't listen to music. Can't make the most of your time because your job is to monitor the machine so nothing ever happens. And when the alarm goes off, my supervisor was like, if the alarm goes off, they'll tell me. Like the alarm went off like a couple hours in. And I got wrapped. I'm like, oh my God, like something. Let's
some action.
I look up at my supervisor and he's just waving me away from like 20 meters away. He's like, no, like forget it. Don't worry about it. What do you mean? All right. The whole time, I'll thank that job for one thing, man. I spent 7 hours a night doing voiceovers and beatboxing in my head. And I was like, it wasn't even in my head. I was doing as loud as I could because there's nothing. I was just pacing. I looked at and this guy was in Afghanistan doing his night shift or day shift or whatever.
No, night shift. I've been doing nights as well.
For some reason, just the hours interlocked.
Yep.
So
That's
he'd be
cool.
texting me.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I wasn't allowed to text because I couldn't use my phone on the factory floor, even though all I was doing was just sitting there staring.
I had my work phone. I'd be sitting there and like a Black Hawk would like go over me or something and this be like, I'd be like, hey man, what are you doing? He's like, nothing man, just that busy. You know, like,
And I'd be standing there losing my shit. I'd be literally just walking around like a lunatic, man. Just, yo, wow. I was like I was on crack, man. I was going nuts. I was
you
totally
practiced
going
though, it was
nuts.
good. It gave you time to practice.
Yeah,
and
now I'm
shit.
telling you, that's all I got out of it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was trying to tee up work outside of that. So I was doing like triple shifts, coming home, sleeping for an hour, getting up, going to more interviews, like, right? But my low point was right before my first shift from that job, my lowest point. I said, fuck, I've got this night shift coming up. My body clock hadn't like swung into practice yet, so I'm already wrecked. I go to Coles, all right, because I'm thinking I need to buy water and like caffeine, energy drinks, chocolate, like anything, right? And it was either like the night before my first shift or maybe the day after my next shift. So I might have gone through it once or twice and said, all right, this is what I need with me. You know?
Because the boring job's
Because I was losing my shit. I go, I'm not going to survive this. I've gone to Coles. I've picked the cheapest energy drink off the shelf. The cheapest one, right? Like some brand, like Mongolian energy drink. Yeah.
It's called
80 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
Fucking,
The cheapest thing.
power.
Yeah. Fuck like Red Bull. Fuck Monster. This was the cheapest thing. So I'm like, I need this. I bought like a bottle of water. And as I'm walking out, I'm like, you know what? I feel like chocolate. I feel like a chocolate chip cookie. I'm going to look for some chocolate chip cookies. Like, fuck it. I want one. I went to the shelf. I stood there for 10, 15 minutes looking at the prices of chocolate chip cookies and like comparing. Like, this is $2.80. This is $3.10. This is $1.70. But like, there's nothing in that. This is like, this is the biggest packet and it's the cheapest. Or like, this is, I sat there and in the end, man, I walked out of there with no biscuits whatsoever. I went to my car. I broke down. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I need something. This isn't right. That's not right.
That's not right.
Yeah.
To stand there, you know, and this was, 2010? Yeah, this was 2010, so 6 years ago. You know, I was 26, man. 25, 26 years old.
5, yeah.
And I was broken, physically broken because I couldn't fucking pick a packet of like cookies.
That was the straw that broke the
I
back.
was just like, this is ridiculous, man.
prices.
I'm working a night shift job. I can't even get money out of that. Like, that's fucked. I didn't have a kid. I didn't have nothing, man. I was living at home at that point.
And you're working your ass off, Johnny, and like you've got a kid, you've got a house to run, like you and your missus, you know, you got a house to hold to run.
Do you know what I
Your
mean,
kid
man?
comes first.
Yeah.
You know, whatever she needs, mate.
Yeah.
Like there's no
There's
question.
no questions
Of course,
asked.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many dudes that would never make that sacrifice because they're
Yeah.
just too fucking selfish.
Yeah.
Like, you know, pigs, absolute pigs. They don't recognize that sacrifice when you have a kid. Anyway, but that was my point, right? Like grocery bills and shit like that, right? You're talking $50 a hit, just buying like milk, bread, and maybe
a
the lamb
veggie-
cutlets that are on special because it can
Give or take.
yeah, just touch and go. They expired
Reduced, you
yesterday.
know, you go to the reduced section and you
Yeah.
see. But you've always got your staples, your peanut butters, and your Vegemites in your cupboard.
Yeah,
Because you could put that
go
on
to-
some bread.
You go to the deli and they got the mortadella for like reduced.
Mad.
$7
Stock
a
up.
kilo. Cuts and buying bags of it. Like,
You know, that's what I do. I go to the deli. If I see like salamis or whatever's reduced, done. I get half a kilo of that. Get
All
a
right.
kilo of that.
So think about back to these numbers. Yeah, we're at a K for groceries, and that's not including a dinner that you might have out. These are all cooking at home, right? Everything. Like this is just eating
Cup
at
of
home.
soups. 2-minute mingling
Yeah,
noodles.
back to the noodles. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that sort of shit, right?
I've had nights where I've
Yeah,
smashed
tuna.
some noodles.
Tuna.
Yeah.
Cans of tuna.
Baked beans aren't bad either.
On toast though?
Baked beans on toast.
Yeah.
All right.
If I have bread.
Let me ask you: Do we put an internet connection in this house? Do we put an internet connection in the house?
You'd have to. If you wanted to watch...
If you wanted to have any form of sanity,
Yeah.
and it feel connected to anyone outside of your house, you need the internet.
How much would you pay
$50
internet a month?
Standard, $50.
All right, $50
And
a
that's
month.
landline, right? With like a form of unlimited calls, okay? So $50 a month. Easy. So $600 a year. Yeah? That seems about right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Is having anxiety?
It's like, fuck, this is bullshit. Need to smoke.
My chest is tight, boys. Nah.
All right, so that's a week's wage on the internet, right? Internet. Forget Foxtel. I'm not even going to
No,
pay
no, no,
TV.
no.
I don't have
It's
it.
not an essential.
I don't
No.
have it.
We're talking essentials.
That's luxury.
Yeah.
Okay? We haven't even included mobile phones for either the couple. You need to
True.
include a phone.
You have to.
I
These
reckon you
days,
have
it's a basic need now. Everyone has a mobile.
I
Basic-
pay,
basically.
per month, I pay like $90 a month for my unlimited phone, and people say you don't fucking need it. It's like, well, you know what, man? My phone has saved my ass. Do you know what? My
You
phone,
gotta
man,
have a phone.
forget a car breaking down and me having to call someone. Like, that's not where my phone has saved me. My phone has saved me when I'm trying to do groceries and I get the anxiety attack thinking, do I have enough money in my bank account?
You gotta check.
Dude, I've
You
been
gotta
there
check.
so
So
many
I check
times.
my bank account. It's like, shit, I don't. So I've got to transfer money from one bank account to another bank account just to get it in.
Or just start putting
Like,
stuff
literally,
back on the shelf.
It's like a Bond movie. It's a Bond movie, and the guy's like trying to crack the code, and the red line just going 3, 2, and I get it at the last second.
$24.
Hit it, just beep, approved.
Yeah, that's
Dude, I
that's
know
the
that
relief.
feeling so well.
Man, my biggest anxiety, man, for years was going to the servo, putting in fuel, and then
that's
hitting my credit card out on my savings account, like debit card, and just waiting for that to be
fuel's the
approved.
worst because food. It's like, all right, you know, if it declines, you feel like shit, but you can always like put it back or whatever. With fuel, it's already in your car.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You got to call someone and be like, hey man, look,
I'm out of money.
I need you to come down here and hook us up because I've got no cash
Yeah.
and the fuel's already in my car. I can't siphon it back out. Siphon it back out.
Sorry.
Might as well set yourself alight, man.
Yeah, might as well get
Seriously,
some compo.
you can't get to that point you're siphoning fuel out of your own car. Steal
Yeah.
the smoke off the guy watching you. And just blow it
Dribble
up.
some down your chest. and
Whoever
just-
wants to leave now can leave.
Yeah,
Just-
dude, it's over. I'm a Tibetan monk, like doing this for the cause. Like, forget it. But think
yeah.
about like that sort of shit. All right, hang on. What else have we got? Okay, so we've got the internet bill. We haven't included a mobile bill. Let's say for the 2 mobiles in the house, $100 a month. All right, $50 worth of credit,
that's
which
fair
is
enough.
fucking nice because a lot of people spend a lot more than that. But will be nice. $100, $1,200 a year on phones. All right. Hints.
And Johnny's gone white. He's gone really white.
Hey man, we're all in the same boat. We are in the same fucking boat, all of us. Everyone, people out there do a lot fucking harder.
Oh mate, like I'm just thankful I've got a roof over my head.
Yeah,
Honestly,
Right.
look.
I'll just say as well, like when it was just me, like my income coming in, I was fucking stressing out. But the missus has started working now, so
yeah, it helps.
So it
dude, that helps
relieves a
like
bit.
just so much relief, like big time.
Yeah, it's relief. But-
And luckily that my mum can have the little one.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're not paying for.
If she couldn't, then there's no point my missus even working because it works out more expensive to put them in daycare.
Yeah, absolutely.
no shit,
Yeah.
that's
Like-
one child.
Daycare will cost more than what she'll earn.
Yeah.
So there's no
So
point.
more money's coming out of your pocket anyway. So it's
Exactly,
just-
more money. So it makes no sense for her to be working if my mum couldn't do that for
How
us.
the fuck does that work? And then you get the argument. Oh, you should have been more fucking prepared, mate. You're trying to have it all. You should have thought about it. It's like, man, look, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I have to be a millionaire to start a family.
Is that the great Australian fucking dream to have just live and have a life?
Yeah, work and have a kid and
Because
you
we're
know.
asking for too much, way too much. All right, do you want to even start on the daycare costs, or do you want to start on
Nah.
what it costs to have your daughter? Because so far, seriously, man, we're sitting. You're like 4, 16. Yeah, God, 2.5K.
Johnny's got the nervous laugh happening. It's not even a laugh. It's like a
21, 22, 23, 27, 30. We're nearly at 35 grand.
All right, can we?
And that's like
Yeah.
bare basic staples.
So you're working, right, just to keep the household going. Now that you're saying your missus is working, that's just extra money where you can get a little something here and there. So pretty much you're working just to keep afloat.
Basically.
Basically, that's what's happening.
Man, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I live alone, man. And my rent, like what I pay, say, for rent is more or less the average, And I eat 85, like you guys know me, 85%, 95% of my meals come from my own hands.
Mm-hmm.
And to change it up, I'll exchange a meal with like a friend or, my mum. No shit. I'll take a pot there and she'll give me one back, or
Yeah.
whoever's made something. Oh yeah, man, I made this. Yeah, Matt, I'll take it. Sweet.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I go to my grandparents.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you hungry?" Like, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'll eat here.
I'm starving.
And I
I'll eat here.
make my wage is better than like say the lowest sort of bracket would be. All right, so
So
I'm
the
not,
average wage, like a factory worker, warehouse worker, if you're on a full-time contract, you're earning between probably 40 to 50.
all right,
In
so
between that.
750 to 800 something a week.
Yeah, about 750 clear. 7 to 750 clear.
Clear, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So we've done the okay. Sorry, man.
No. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah. It's
All right?
just. I don't
the
know.
average numbers for one car, 2 phones, a house with fuel and like power and the fridge sort of half full as you need it, yeah, and not even home and contents insurance, no healthcare, no nothing. We're sitting at like 35K, man. Right? Like the lowest possible denominator you could possibly get. Who the fuck wants to live like that, man? And then the reason why I was thinking about it as well was because, like, aside from all the shit we've been talking about, then you got the budget shit coming up in, like, you know, all the parliament talk shit, all the
budget.
Bad, right? You're talking about all like the shit that's going up now. You know, everyone's like starting their campaign trails. What?
It's funny you say that. I was watching ABC News yesterday, and the first segment that I watched was how unemployment's going down, suicide rates are going up. They've gone up by 20% since 2014 or whatever. I was just like, that's fucked. And then literally the next segment that followed that was how these politicians have spent between 20 and 25 million on these campaign ads and shit. The campaign, like, that was literally the next segment, dude.
Yeah.
We got people killing themselves because they don't have enough money, no employment. These cunts just spent 25 million
on ads.
Like,
on
give
ads.
me my job.
On ads.
Let me keep my job for the next like couple of years or
Because what these people don't realise is, it's a person earning 700 a week. If they lose that, their livelihood is gone.
Gone.
And it's like if they're by themselves, like alone, okay, they can try and make something work. But if they've got a family, I mean, they're going to start thinking some bad shit.
If you're
No
by
wonder people are committing suicide, dude. Like,
if you're by yourself
fuck.
and you're struggling to like make anything, you're sitting in your house by yourself, miserable and angry, and you're like resorting to whatever the fuck you can do. Yeah. If you got a family, man, you start doing some ruthless shit.
You look at your kids and your missus.
Yeah,
you think,
what the fuck am I doing? And then Adele is rumoured to sign like $100 million contract for like how many albums? Are you out of your fucking mind? Like,
It's fucking infuriating, dude.
how?
But Gary down the road just lost his job. And he's thinking about killing himself because, you know, it's...
His kids aren't eating. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck,
His
man?
kids are not eating.
Yeah, that's his first thought.
Give me Christmases like we missed because there was no money. No shit.
Yeah.
Just missed them. Like, yeah, no Christmas. And man, I'm lucky. I consider myself fucking lucky. And that's what I was thinking about. Like, you know, when you go to the shops and you see like a random couple, you know, you might write them off as just random deros, but then like you sort of look at them again and it's like, wait a second, man, this guy's like clearly frustrated. Fuck knows what's going on.
Exactly, dude. That's, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't judge.
Yeah.
And then you see like the fucking uppitties just staring at him like, oh, we have to take care of it in our shopping centre. It's creating a nuisance. It's like, mate, put yourself in this cunt's shoes. Put yourself in this cunt's shoes. I wake up and I want to just, you know?
Just oozy.
Yeah. Tech 9 that shit. Like, seriously. And I'm doing better than most people, man. I have a lot of grievances, but I recognise the fact that I'm doing a lot better. A lot better. You know, people don't even have fucking cars, man. They can't afford shit.
Yeah.
Catch the bus every day, no matter what.
Yeah, we are the lucky ones, dude.
We're the fucking
we're
lucky
lucky.
ones.
We are
Absolutely.
lucky.
How
We
the
are-
fuck? How is that fair?
You know, we've got a job. We have a
For
job
now.
for now. But I'm saying that we're the lucky ones.
Yeah.
We're super lucky.
The fact that we managed to put this together and just sit here and talk shit, man, like on one day a week.
Yeah.
We're fucking lucky, man. Lucky country, my ass. That's not fair, man. Like, and that like blows my fucking mind. When you crunch numbers, just bare basic fucking numbers, and it's like, yeah, 35K. What?
Straight up. Basics.
No health insurance?
No.
You haven't sent your kid to school? You haven't put clothes on their back?
No.
You haven't done anything for the family yet? Like, just, you know, let's go to the fucking Gumbaya Park. Do you know what that costs?
Get toboggan.
Do you know what that shit costs?
I want to go on the toboggan. I love the toboggan.
Do you know what, like Luna Park and all that sort of shit costs? The movies!
Oh, I took the little one and the missus to the aquarium, dude.
What was that worth?
That would have slugged you a bit.
I actually can't remember, but I was
Those
at the
seals
time I
were
was just
better
like,
than you,
damn, damn.
They better than you.
They still better dance. Mate.
They weren't. They were all depressed. They were just sitting there like staring at us, like, get us out of here.
You know what, man? I just paid $80 to get in here. Get up.
Fucking dance.
Get served, mate. You better move your ass.
Johnny pulls out a rifle, just like, dance.
Banging on the glass. Sir, please don't bang on the glass.
I'll do what the fuck I want. I paid $80 to get in this shithole. Do what the fuck I want. Dance.
You will entertain my family, bitch.
I'm pointing at the seal. Just fucking hurry up.
Actually, the Penguins. The final thing you get to is the Penguins. They were fucking sad, dude. They're all standing there with their wings out and their heads down, like looking at the.
You probably think, what the fuck am I doing here?
Where am I?
It's an internment center, man. It's like Auschwitz. Like, this is processing him. One gets sick, they just give him the jab, throw him out the back into the Yarra.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
You see the fear in its eyes, you know? Like, just looking at Johnny like, help me. Little penguin, I don't know what to do.
Man, I don't even want to start. But, like,
That t-shirt's awesome.
this.
7-Eleven t-shirt. That's
Yeah,
mad.
but do you know what this is, man? This
JT
is
style.
Yes. See, the man knows style, man. This isn't one of those knockoffs that they were selling at 7-Eleven
No.
for like $20.
Well, when you buy a Slurpee or something.
This was off eBay like 5 years ago when I first started working with you, and I got my first paycheck. I'm like, I need clothes. So I
can buy clothes now. Woo.
I saw the clip for was it off the song Like I Love You? I think it was.
Where they're dancing in the car park.
Yeah,
I think it was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
He's
the
dancing
car
with the leather
park.
That's when
In the
the
car
leather
park.
jackets with hoodies came into the style, and everyone was like losing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing the Air Maxes or whatever.
And the 7-Eleven tee
And I
underneath.
saw it, I'm like, man, I want that t-shirt. So
That's
I got
a
on
sick t-shirt.
eBay and I bought it, man. It was like this was my premium purchase 6 years ago, dude. That's it. And I pulled it out on my day off because I want to feel like a person and not wear like
What a-
rat. Yeah. No shit.
Cool
But-
t-shirt.
Dude, like the penguins at the fucking aquarium, man. We are the penguins. All right? The movies. Just the movies cost. I look at that, like, forget the price of the footy, right? Because, like, forget that. Like, the movies, I go to the shopping centres and I see, like, this mum, like, hoarding, like, 6 kids, you know?
Juggling 3 buckets of popcorn.
Phones going off, husbands can play, like, back. I look at that and, like, where the fuck do you find the money to take, like, your 3 kids or whatever to the movies, man? It's like, you know,
Tuesdays.
Yeah, you got to go on Tuesday.
Gotta be Tuesday.
With the
otherwise
kids.
you're fucked.
School holidays, you're going on Tuesday.
Tight-ass Tuesdays.
Yeah. You're literally fighting with other parents, like trying to park your car and chatting or something.
The 2 SUVs are going head to head. You know?
You should see me in the car park, dude. I like turn into another person. I do. It's horrible. Mrs. hates it.
Yeah.
Just glares at me.
I gotta see the rage in your eyes,
Oh.
man.
In the Stato, just...
I literally become a different person. It's fucked up.
I've had so many incidents where I'll be sitting in my car and someone will do something, like, you know, someone will drive past or, like, get in my way or something. And I'll just I'll take the deep breaths, like, do I get out of this car?
How many times I've been on the phone with you? Sometimes cut you off and you're like, hang on a minute, man. And he's like, idiot! Hey, sorry, man. No, it's back on. Yeah. What's going on? What happened, man? Nah, you can cut me off.
Selfish pricks. Like, we're all in the rat race, man.
That's why everyone gets so angry, because we're all doing the same shit. We're all trying to get ahead. We're all trying to just fucking live, and it's just, yeah.
That's it.
It's the last straw.
All right. That's what I was going to crack the shits about, man. Because we sort of segued about the daytime
Do it.
shit.
Do it, Rand. Do it.
Nah, like, you said, like, you can't stand that morning shit. I was looking at the theme song. Someone asked me about the theme song, our theme song, like the podcast and how we, like, you know, all the news shit, the clips. And we came up with, like, me and Johnny were just sitting here, and I had the idea of, like, getting all the quotes and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, it starts off with Johnny Howard making the lie about the GST. The next one, I think, was Dawn Fraser doing the Nick Kyrgios line. Then, like, under there, you had George Bush Sr. talking about the New World Order. And when Johnny and I told you what we were doing, you said you got to put Chris Gale in there.
Don't blush, baby.
Don't blush, baby. Right? And that's when I started losing my shit. Because I was thinking about that. Because when I was getting ready to come here, I was having breakfast and I was listening to the fucking shit on TV. I got all the stupid fucking, like, you know, Studio 10 morning, like, in my back, and I could just hear this rubbish.
Koshi and Mel.
Forget content on those programs, right? Like,
Gosh,
do you remember? Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, like a week or two ago. I was losing it because I turned on the TV to have breakfast, and they were having this whole segment about the speculation of the royal family, as in, like, Prince William, that had, like, a new pet.
Oh, yeah.
And they were speculating about what it was.
What could it be?
Yeah, dead set. What it could be, and like the name of it. And they kept going about it. Like, these are grown adults. Like, I know you got to fill time, and I know, like, the morning show's got to be, like, light, you know. But for fuck's sake,
The royal family got a pet. Big fucking whoop.
Like,
Got a cat, a dog, a fish.
how could you
fucking
seriously
reptile,
do
whatever.
it as an adult?
Reptile. They got a lizard.
That's it, right? And then, like, I started thinking about content, yeah, because like sometimes when they try and go serious when there's like a big issue that they can't ignore. It's like, yeah, let's be fucking proactive and shit. Let's address the real underlying issues.
Hard hitting issues.
Forget like entertainment news, because entertainment news is fucking ridiculous, right?
Richard Wilkins. Get it.
Yeah, man, like Perez Hilton, man, that blogger.
Yeah.
What does he do? He
Yuck.
comments on the lives of celebrities, people that have done something that he hasn't.
Yep.
Like, that's his whole fucking job. What does he make?
Shit ton.
What do you reckon Perez Hilton makes through his website? I've got no fucking
He'd be
idea.
on a bit.
I couldn't tell, but
No, he'd be on.
and you know what shits me? He comments about celebrities' lives, right? And then the celebrities interact with him at the same time. Like, he's built a platform for himself to get noticed by like high-powered industry people.
Yeah.
And he uses it to keep talking about the Kardashians.
Smart man. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's making money off it.
Yeah, no shit. He's covering his ass, and it's like, you cunts are fucked. All right? But then we're talking about, like, I was talking about, like, the content of, like, these fucking morning shows. I love how it just seems like when you brought up Chris Gale, yeah, I thought about it. Because at the same time, they reversed it. I actually wrote it down because I didn't want to fucking something stupid, man.
Don't blush, baby.
Yeah, they wrote this whole thing. Didn't want to, like, seriously, man, because I was like adamant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her name was like Noella Hafner or something, and it was the big flip on like Chris Gale, because like, you know, he got shit canned because he flirted with the girl interviewing him, right? And they're making it out like he pulled his cock out and like waved it in her face.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Or slapped her with it
It's
and then-
disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, like, how dare you? It's sexual harassment, all this shit. Guy's just flirting, man. He didn't say, you know, come back to the room and blow me.
Yeah.
Like Mike Tyson. Do you remember Mike Tyson's interviews? One of my favorite Mike Tyson quotes of all time, man. Like, my favorite. Because he hit the nail right in the head. Because he's talking to some bird. And he's like, because I want to be eloquent. He goes, because I want to talk about nice things like fornicating with you and, you know, you sucking my dick and all that. Because if I was eloquent with you, you still look at me like I was a scumbag. And it's like, man, you're so right. She would look at him like he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Either which way. So he's like, fuck it.
I'll just say what I want.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right? And I thought, like, that's the comparison, right? But then, like, they made that big deal. Like, they didn't even make a big deal out of it. They just mentioned it and it just went away. And now Chris Gale got slammed for...
Well, for saying don't blush, baby.
Yeah, he got slammed again because he apparently, like,
Said
harassed
something
said
else,
something
yeah.
else, right? This girl, right, like a year or two earlier, was on morning TV. She was on the beach and she's running along, like, with the camera guy. And there's a guy in Speedos, like, doing push-ups and, like, having a dip or whatever, right? Just, yeah, morning. She's gone up to him and her fucking words were, hello, extremely muscly, fit, agile man. Fancy seeing you here. Like, this dude in Speedos. And he's like, oh, yeah, you know, g'day. And she's like, oh, are you single? He's like, oh, no, I'm happily engaged. She's all right, we'll take it easy. It was nice knowing you then. See
So
you
how
later.
was that different?
And when it came out, right, initial things were like, oh, she was so brave to just put herself out there and flirt.
God.
It's like, fuck you, man. Like, Chris Gale said, don't blush.
Yeah.
Because he's saying something about having a drink.
Yeah.
This bird's gone up to this dude on the beach.
And gone, listen.
Yeah, Mr. fucking muscly, blah, blah, blah. Fancy seeing you,
Universe.
you single. No.
No.
Oh, forget that then, bye. And they're all laughing. Like, it's the exact same fucking thing.
Worse.
standards, man.
Worse.
Fucking worse, bro.
Yeah.
And that's when I thought, like, I started thinking about the guests and the hosts of, like, all these fucking shows, yeah? Because they're all the same. Like we said before, Australia loves to recycle their media heads. So, that, you know, Denise Drysdale, like, nothing against her personally, but she's been on TV for fucking, like, 60 years. You know?
Bed
And
marks,
they just-
beds.
Ida Buttrose, you know, like,
Oh,
she,
jeez.
and, like, Ida Buttrose, man, like, you look her up, like, she started Cleo,
Yeah.
which is provocative or whatever.
She's quite switched on.
Yeah, she's
smart.
switched on. Then she did like Women's Weekly. She was
Yeah.
the editor or whatever it is, you know, Australian Weekly, whichever one it is. I don't fucking read them. But like, every guy on these shows, right, whether they're the hosts or whether they're like guests, they always seem like subdued, as in any sign of masculinity, you know, it's like a sign of chauvinism. So they've just
They're
got to
scared.
keep their balls intact in their purses.
Yep. Fuck yeah.
Maybe flash a bit of fucking skin and say, yeah, I am a man, you know,
Yeah.
but only when it's relevant to like a joke that one of the fucking other
Yeah.
female guest host or whatever is making. Then they can take the piss out of him being a guy
Yeah.
through and fucking through, man. That's what pissed me off. And that's what pisses me off continuously, man. And and I cracked it because I was thinking about like, if it's the flip, like if it was a girl, if it was a female making the Chris Gayle comment, don't blush, whatever, which we've already had with that bird on the beach.
It would be quite all right.
And if a guy kicked up a stink about it, like, you know what, that was putting him on the spot, made him feel...
Get over it, mate.
Do you know what half of these women would say? It's like, it's only light-hearted fun. They're only having a go. You should feel flattered.
Fuck no.
Go fuck yourself. We keep pushing equality.
Yeah.
But where does it fucking end, man?
There's always going to be a double standard.
The fucking double standard, like
Always.
big time,
There's always
there,
gonna be a
glaring you in
double
the fucking
standard.
face. Man, do you know what? And this is... I actually did my nut like a couple of weeks ago. I was just lying there, comatose, just out of it.
Just thought of something.
And I was waiting for like Everybody Loves Raymond or something to start. I was watching, what's that other one? What's that show that you always watch when you're sick? It's Touched by an Angel.
Oh, jeez.
Right. I was waiting for that to
Touched
start.
by an angel.
Yeah. So somehow, like, I flicked on to like Studio 10 or one of those, and they were having a competition. They were playing a game where they had all the female hosts, right? All the female hosts or guests or whatever, and they just picked out random dudes, right? They had like a cameraman, a boom mic operator, one of the male hosts, and some other random, right? Like dudes. And the object of the game was to get a ping pong ball, the bottom of their trouser leg, like say from their right trouser leg, and move the ping pong ball up along their waistline and down their left trouser leg. That was the game. And the winner won
Pack of Skittles.
yeah. Like something fucking stupid. And I was like half asleep and I'm just watching TV and I'm like, what the fuck? This is on, number one, this is on TV. This is a game. These women are literally rifling a ball up one guy's leg to his groin area, across, and then down the other leg. And that's the game.
Yeah.
Could you do that in the flip? Could you have four random women wearing pants?
No
Absolutely
chance,
not.
No chance. No
No. Absolutely not. No.
Is it because men don't care? Fuck no, dude. I wouldn't like to be put in that situation, compromising situation. Like, what the fuck? What? And I don't care, like, oh, yeah, they volunteered. But it's like, who the fuck thought? What producer was sitting around the fucking table, 7:30 in the morning, doing a line of coke? It's like, we need some ideas for today's show. Oh, why don't we do this? Yeah, that great fucking idea, bro.
Barry, have we ever done the ping pong pants thing?
Genius.
not yet.
Genius.
Yes. That's it. Am I fucking wrong, man?
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
That's it. Some cunt, some fucking exec gets paid 120 grand a year to come up with that idea.
You're
fucking
not wrong.
ridiculous
It's fucking
is that?
ridiculous.
Ridiculous, dude.
Double standards, my fucking ass.
It's double standards. And,
like bad.
Chris Gayle was flirting. Like, all right, he even said it. He was like, yeah, man. Like,
How about everyone just have a laugh about it? Like, fucking, who gives a fuck? Just have a laugh.
yeah. Don't blush, baby.
If you said some rampant shit,
If he
I
said
would've lost it.
derogatory, like,
Yeah, if you said something,
you think, all right, you're pipe down, dickhead. Like, that's not right. But
you know what? That was that was the whole thing about like why the girl was acceptable because she was on the beach or whatever, and Chris Gayle and her was unacceptable because they're at their place of work and it should be professional.
okay.
It's like, okay, if you want to tell a sportsman or whatever to be professional and he can't flirt for 2 seconds on camera, all right, write in your policy and then strap him to the back of a truck and throw him.
Or just don't interview him.
Yeah, right, or whatever, right? Like, if that's in your policy, like I'm sure Chris Gayle had his media and broadcasting policy, like said to him, don't be racist, don't talk about religion, whatever. Fair enough. But, all right, fine, if that's your policy. But to say that because the girl was on the beach or whatever and she wasn't at her place, it was fine. Like,
No.
fuck you, man.
Fucking double standards. And
Yeah,
it is double fucking standards.
I know, bad. Just that's it. That's fucking it. What were you saying about Apex? You said you
Oh,
started
yeah,
saying
those
it
little
before.
bastards.
I
Yeah,
want to know a bit more
Actually,
about
yeah,
it.
I actually don't know shit about him. That's why
So they came into prominence at Moomba.
this
They
year.
started that riot. Yeah, they started that Moomba riot. Right, it's gone to a big fight, this and that. We're talking like 16, 17-year-olds. I mean, there's as young as 14, right? You little bastards, right? Come to my fucking house and fucking grab my car, you little cunt. You know what I mean? Like, you're going around, they're carjacking people during the day. They're carjacking people during the day, right? They're breaking into people's houses at middle of the night and taking their keys. So what the media said, oh, hide your keys so they're not they can't notice them. Okay, in my fucking house, I can put my keys where the fuck I want.
Yeah, I'm going to stick them
All
up
right?
my ass.
Yeah.
Come and get them, boy.
Yeah. And on the weekend, they were at a house party. I think, I can't remember. I think it was Point Cook or something like that. And they gate crashed this party and just tore shit up. The cops went there, and then the cops left. They had to get the riot squad down. Like, you little shits. I want to know, okay? And this is nothing to do with cultural or whatever, because there's all sorts of cultures in this so-called little fucking
I was
gang.
going to ask that. It's just mixed, whatever.
It's mixed.
Okay.
It's mixed.
Because that's
So I'm not going to point fingers.
It's dandy-based,
It's
yeah?
dandy-based, so I'm not
Alright.
going to point fingers at, different cultures and stuff like that, because it's mixed. It is.
Yeah.
But, like, are they not charging these people? Like, I checked the paper today, and they've got court cases, and there's literally like 20 kids on this page. What's going to happen? They're going to get a slap on the wrist. They're literally going to get a slap on the wrist. We're talking 15, 16-year-olds. And then you get people coming out saying, oh, they're just kids. No, they're not just kids, because these people are dragging people out of the car and bashing these people and taking their cars. Look at that veteran on the news.
Yeah, that was fucked.
He got the shit kicked out. I'm not saying that was Apex, but I'm just saying, like, they catch this guy. I think they might have or whatever. He's going to prison. He is going to prison. He got the shit kicked out of him. It was a disabled veteran or something like that. They stole his dad's medals or our medals. These little pricks, I can't stand these little pricks, honestly. They're going around causing all this trouble and breaking into people's house in the middle of the night. These are people, you got kids in the house. You got your wife or your missus or whatever in the house, and they're breaking into your house. Mate, I'll be waiting there with a fucking bat. I don't give two shits.
Yeah, but
what I
you
mean?
know what, man?
It really gets me angry.
That was the flip. Do you
But
remember?
then I'll get done. I'll get in trouble.
Do you remember years ago when they had that whole thing about how if someone broke into your house and then you did something like, you'd be fucked?
Yeah.
Like there was that it was the urban legend fucking story that they used to base it around was like someone tried to break into a house and fell through like a glass skylight.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Hurt himself, so then you were sued for negligence because
Yeah.
they hurt themselves on your property. It's like, yeah, you're
Like you're trying to break into my fucking house.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And these little pricks, it just gets me angry. Like they're cruising around, breaking into cars, bashing people.
That reminds me of two
No?
different things, man. That reminds me of two different things that like, now you're talking about that. That reminds me of two things. I think because I was overseas when one of the first ones happened. Do you remember, like, I don't know, like a decade ago, whenever the hell it was, there was a kid somewhere like in Dandy or in Devi Hills, I don't know where, and he had like a knife and he was threatening cops.
Yeah,
Oh, they
yeah.
killed him.
shot
They
him.
killed him. Yeah, I remember
And they
that.
shot him dead. How old
Yeah.
was that kid?
It was like 16, I think.
He was a kid. He was like
16,
15,
17.
16. Like, he
Yeah.
wasn't like a man.
No,
I
no,
think
no.
he was younger than 16. I think he was like
He
14 or
was
15
young.
or something.
He was
Yeah.
fucking young. I remember hearing about that.
There were
And
two cops as well, or something.
there was a bunch of cops.
Yeah.
And the kid apparently was menacing with a knife and threatening him, so they shot him dead, right?
Because it was like, shoot me or something. It was.
I remember my first thought was, he's a kid. Go up to him.
For sure, spray him with mace first or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Go up to him and grab the back of his fucking neck and slam him into the concrete.
That's
he
it.
had a knife. Our trained officers
Yeah.
felt the need to shoot a child with a knife because he was threatening him.
yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Dude,
man.
tackle him.
Yeah.
Like,
But like you said, Johnny, like taser him.
Taser,
pepper
mace.
spray.
Mate,
Mace, you
something.
got options.
They have
Throw-
mace.
Get one of those big butterfly nets that they have for the asylum.
Just cover it.
Yeah.
No, like
Listen, young man, calm
Yeah,
down.
That was just.
That was insane, man. Is it like? And you know what? You shot him and killed him. Take out his fucking legs.
Yeah.
Fire a warning shot at his
so many
feet.
options. So many options.
There was no time to think. You're a trained cop, and you didn't have time to think.
he was
of
in
a
his
kid.
front yard with a knife.
Yeah. What did you have? You caught? Did you wake up like in Goodfellas? You know when he wakes up and she's over him with a gun pointed at his face, and he's got to slowly calm her out.
Like just
Was that
calm
the
down.
situation? From a fucking child, you probably weigh like 50 kilos more. Smother the bastard with a blanket and just,
Yeah.
Yeah. That,
And it's even worse in the States, right? Like,
oh, that's fucked.
in the States, they don't care.
Yeah, tell me you guys saw that thing about the woman in Ballarat. It happened like yesterday. The day
Oh,
before.
I've got it. Yeah. They kicked the shit out of her in the
You
prison
didn't see it,
cell.
Johnny?
I heard briefly something on the news in the background.
I
but
actually watched. It wasn't a current affair. I think it was just on the news. I can't remember, but I actually watched it.
They
'cause
kicked the shit out of
I was
her.
having dinner.
Yeah.
I was trying to have dinner. Yeah, man. She was like 51-year-old woman, like drunk, and she was a retired cop. Right, she served in some sort of thing, and she was drunk and disorderly, whatever the thing is, and whatever. and she was in the cop shop, and apparently she was causing issues in the cell. She managed to get out of her cell, and like 4 coppers, man. Like if you see them, they're like big fuckers. They literally, like she was drunk as well. They maced her, yeah. Pulled her to the ground, kicked the shit out of her. One fucking prick was like standing on her legs. Dude, they stripped her. They took her pants off. For some reason, I don't know why. Like, obviously...
It was necessary.
It was 100% fucking necessary to disrobe this woman,
Dude,
right? They threw her in a hot shower, and that magnifies, like, the effects of pepper spray. If you throw like hot water on it, like you're meant to use cold water. Yeah. If you throw hot water,
it intensifies.
Intensifies the fucking pepper spray.
Yeah.
Yeah? They left her in a cell, and she asked for water. They wouldn't bring any, so she had to drink from the toilet.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at a picture of it now in the paper.
Yeah.
The cop's like literally standing on her ankle with all his body weight.
Yeah.
He was
standing
like,
on her ankle. And
she
she's-
was
and she
lying
has no
there.
pants on.
He's a big boy.
If you see the CCTV footage, man, she's lying there, like just out of it, like she's not moving, face down with no pants on, and he's just
fucking
and he's
God.
just like alternating her legs, like which foot he's going to stand on, like as in, I'm
think
going
one-
to hold her down because she's clearly a threat. You've
I
got
think
her on
one
the ground
booted
cuffed.
in. One gave her a kick as
Yeah,
well.
one
booted
gave
in.
her a kick, and apparently was to just wake her up, and the other cunt, yeah, like
I find it so hard to watch those
another
videos.
guy's like booted her legs, you know, as she's like lying there out of it, flailing or whatever.
I love it when I read it. He goes, the officers involved were actually cleared by internal police investigation,
Yeah,
they always are.
and she got charged.
and then they're saying how
That's just
Ballarat, out of like the last like 6 years or whatever, the last decade, it's the one station with the most complaints against. Every like officers there, like a good percentage of them have got at least 3 or 4 like pending cases of.
Look, and I can appreciate that cops do have a tough time.
Yeah, necessary,
okay.
and sometimes you got necessary force needs to be used.
Absolutely, I can understand that.
Yeah, I agree.
But in these cases, that's just not good enough.
Dude, you got
it's really not good enough.
51-year-old woman face down on the ground with cuffs behind her back, and
You're stepping on her ankles
Like,
and
what
you're
are you
booting
doing, you
her.
fuckhead?
And,
yeah, nah. You
and
can't.
they wouldn't even give her water. Like really? Like fucking asshole.
You hear that excuse all the time. You know, it's because they have a tough job. They deal with cunts all the time. No, it's not. It's not good enough.
No.
Like if you sign up for that shit, you know what you're signing up for. You have to be professional all the time.
It's
You
a
can't
case
just-
by case. You can't just because the guy before you took a swing at you. You can't just take it out on this lady.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly,
she was
yeah.
smashing stuff. All right, she was out of it. Whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't boot her and step on her ankles while she's down face down.
Did she have Molotovs and nunchucks?
No.
Was she like just bricking windows?
She was an unarmed drunk woman.
Yeah. People get drunk. I get it, you know, and man, bring the right police if you have to bring the fucking right police.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a
Calls
need
for
for
it,
it, man. Yeah, if it's called for. But CCTV footage, man, and the guys like coming up with you, I didn't do it. It's like, fuck off, dickhead. Like,
Yeah.
you're there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously,
But
man.
there's so many of those cases, dude. Like, I've
Yeah,
seen
that we never
so
hear
many of them.
about. You know, like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
and you know, like if me and him got into a fight at work, we'd probably both be sent home, suspended indefinitely without pay until it was like they figured
An
out what happened.
investigation.
Yeah, until they figured out
Yeah.
what happened. Me and this guy would be sent home without pay, whether it was a week or whatever, until they review. They'd pull up footage and they'd interview us and any witnesses, and then one of us would be summarily dismissed.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, that's it. I can't even
End of
like
discussion.
if this guy beeped at me at work and I've driven past on a fork and said, fuck you, and he says, fuck yourself, man, like, management would be on it.
Yeah.
Within fucking seconds. And be like, what are you two doing? That's it, get out. And we'll discuss this later. Seriously. Coppers on CCTV, man, kicking the shit out of drunk
Like there was
women.
footage. Like it's
Yeah,
on
no
tape.
shit, man.
And they
That's
got
fucked.
cleared.
They've got immunity, man. It's fucked.
Yeah, how fucked up is that, man?
There are some good cops, but there's some just absolute
Yeah, but-
shitty ones as well.
Yeah, and it's not just coppers, man. It's
No,
like is it the PS? What are they called?
Oh, the PSOs.
PSOs.
Rent a cop.
Yeah. I went for breakfast, man, with Tommy like ages ago. We'd finished work like on a Monday at like 10 a.m. And I said to him, if we finish at 10, okay, we're going for breakfast. All right, done. So we're in Oakley having breakfast. And you see these dudes, all of a sudden, this flock of dudes just rocked up, sitting behind us at Vanilla. And they were all ticket inspectors.
Oh god, yeah.
Have you seen the ticket inspectors? Do you remember the ticket
They
inspectors?
think they're above the law.
Do you remember the ticket inspectors when we were kids, man? And
Yeah.
we used to have the old Met tickets with the stamps.
They used to click the.
Yeah. They were usually like retirees.
Yeah.
You know, like it was their last sort of line of duty. You know, like,
Cheryl from Bentley.
yeah,
or,
and a lot of people would retire.
Yeah.
and they'd become
It'd be
like
their part-time kind of
yeah,
like
just
casual.
to keep them active and get them
Yeah.
out of the house or whatever, right? And they're usually like nice.
Yeah.
These guys, man, they marched over. I swear to God,
They're
they look like
ex-crims, man.
They look like the Gestapo, man, like the fucking SS, like Wolfon, you know. They look like Gestapo.
That is your ticket.
They had fucking like flak jackets and vests. They had a little badge, a badge.
Yeah.
They're ticket inspectors. Ticket, please. Have you paid to be on this train? Yes. No. Okay. Why not? We're gonna have to fine you. Okay. Be on your way. Right. They had badges and flak jackets. I swear to God, I'm surprised they didn't have like billy clubs and cuffs.
That'll be the next step.
That'll
That'll be the next step.
Do you know what it looked like? It looked like a scene. You remember like you'd watch like a Stallone movie like Demolition Man or something from the future?
Oh, Demolition Man.
Yeah. And you know when they
Best
have,
movie ever.
you know when they'd have like the dictatorship force, like there'd always be like a representation of like the dictatorship.
yeah.
And just
Yeah,
these
yeah.
guys would be wearing like black.
Yeah,
That's what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go on. You know, like they looked like that. And they were sitting there like 20 strong, arms out, like they were like own the joint, you know, having breakfast. I'm like,
So disgusting.
dude, you're not a fucking cop.
Because you get some stories where they'll grab like someone and they'll choke slam them and
It's a fucking girl.
settle down there, champ.
Yeah,
Like,
do you remember like, there was like the girl at Windsor Station or Ripponlea or
yeah, and
something?
they grabbed her.
And they grabbed her. Like there was another guy that got the shit kicked out of
Yeah.
him. And it's always the same. He was being
Aggressive.
aggressive. He was being resistant. He was being uncooperative. It's like, dude, it's a 12-year-old kid or 15-year-old kid.
Doesn't want to be grabbed by some stranger fucking...
Yeah,
No,
you weigh
shit.
about a fucking 100 kilos.
Yeah,
and
and
you've
you
literally just
choke
pile
slam the
drive
kid, yeah.
pile driving this kid to the ground. Like, dude, we have diplomatic rights for like, you know, terrorists.
Yeah.
Some guy like Sandy Hook or like any of those things, yeah?
Yeah.
Why? Like, okay, this guy just killed like 12 people in a movie theater or some shit. Let's capture him. Let's bathe him, clothe him,
Feed him.
take him to his cell, talk him through his rights. Let's get shit together.
Yep.
Then we're gonna have the first hearing of a set of hearings, and it's like today we're beginning the proceedings. We're bringing the process of justice to blah 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 blah. Who's allegedly we have him on camera like shooting cunts.
But it's
Mowing down people.
allegedly.
Yeah, all right. How do you plead guilty, not guilty? To get to that verdict, they spend like a year in deliberation. Right? Like, so what's it going to be, man? Like, seriously, not guilty. Well, we're very fucking surprised you're pleading not guilty. Okay, let's start the process.
Yeah.
5 years later, you know, me and you could be talking. It's like, hey, man, fucking, you know, John Jeffrey's got fucking sentenced. Who?
Yeah.
Remember that guy who killed like 80 cunts? Since then, we've already had like another 100 cunts die. You know?
But this 14-year-old kid's
This
getting
14-year-old
choke slammed for a bus ticket.
Fatality. You know, like,
Finish him.
yeah, bad, man. It's just,
So true. It's
that's it. Like, how the fuck how does that happen, man? And I still remember, like, seeing all these dudes, like, with the badges, like, having breakfast, and I was making Tommy laugh, man, because he's like, what are they? I'm like, it's like they're sheriffs, or like they're fucking mafia gang members in, like, a club that they own or protect. And they're just walking around to like guys like, yeah, how you doing, man? How you doing? You staying out of trouble? All right, man. How you doing? Like pat on the cheek.
Yeah.
You know, that was that kind of rapport.
Say
man.
hi to your motherfucker.
Yeah. There's that little thing I helped you with. All right, that's that. Yeah, I'll look after you. It was, I swear to God. It's like, dude, you're a fucking babysitter on the trains.
It's like, just take it down. I know on the train. I know it's your job, but just take it down.
Take it down a notch, man.
Just you know, wind it down.
Let them see like an Israeli fucking paratrooper doing Krav Maga or some shit. You know, go get a fucking Merc. Go get a Merc from like South America.
Yeah.
That's literally got like he's got his fingertips shaved down so you can feel the trigger a bit like more sensitive. You know what I mean? Covered in tats of everyone he's ever killed. He's got like 80 Colombian passports. Go get one of those dudes and put them on the fucking train, man. Just to sit him on the train, not even to like do anything other than just ride the trains. Have one of these fucking ticket inspectors go up to him. Don't worry about it. And
I
just
don't
walk
need a
away.
ticket. I don't need a ticket.
Yeah, that's it.
No, you don't, sir. No,
They
you don't.
fucking pray. They prey on they prey on him.
Pray on the weak.
I
It's
usually don't get
human
approached.
thing. Pray on the weak.
Do you, John?
they're
you ever-
allowed to do it. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, they've got every fucking right. Like
they probably train like that.
Do you know what it is?
We need to be
These
heavy-handed.
fuckheads. They weren't, and you know what, mate? You look at them as well, and they're not dudes that are like in shape. As in, they're not fit-looking guys that protect and serve. I bet you $1 million fucking all these cunts wanted to be cops.
Yeah.
Or something or other. Couldn't do it. They either didn't have the balls to do it or didn't have the training or the ability to do it.
But if something went down in that tram or train, would they do anything? That's not in our jurisdiction. We're not allowed to do anything. Really? But you're allowed to choke slam a kid.
Yeah.
But you can't, like, break up a fight or
How
break
often
up
do you see, like, either junkies going at it or, like, you know, some dude, like, plowing
it's
into
all
his
over.
missus?
It's all over. People are taping it. People are doing whatever.
You see some dude plowing into his missus, and
Where-
it's
where's
usually
the- where's
other
the-
people on the train that step up.
Yeah.
Ticket dudes, you know, they're not to get involved. It's like,
Yeah. We'll get in trouble.
Yeah, fuck
Go
off.
fuck yourself. Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
yeah,
Anyway.
I don't know.
Fucking infuriating.
It is.
You
It
tell him.
fucking
You
is.
tell him, Johnny. You tell him.
I'm pissed off.
I'm still working
it's
on that
fucked up.
fucking 35k a year thing.
Oh,
That's, yeah, that's depressed me.
Oh, don't bring that up.
Validating. I'm just sitting there shaking and stuff
Yeah.
and just.
But anyway, no second. No,
Watch MasterChef?
Say
Yeah,
it
I love
again.
MasterChef.
Say it again. What did you just say?
I said
Yeah.
before I started cooking, I kind of looked at it as like a daunting task, like it was too hard or whatever. But
Chore.
like I couldn't do it or whatever. But I just tried my hand at it, and now I'm loving cooking.
Yeah.
Coming up with heaps of new
Man,
shit.
I crack the shit. You know what my pet fucking peeve is when it's like I cook because I can't afford to eat out, right? I cook because I can't afford to eat out. I don't mind cooking, you know, like I don't think, oh fuck, it can't be fun. I get tired of it, like, you know, because you're cooking. I cook for one, basically, you know, so it's kind of depressing having a fucking full meal by yourself in your empty apartment, no lights because you can't pay the power bill. All you hear is like people screaming in the street, right? But I fucking hate hearing, oh, I can't get my head around it. Dude, cooking was like the first thing that man figured out how to do.
It's a basic necessity. You need to eat. You, need to cook.
eat. Like the first fucking people that crawled out of the cave when they figured out the sun wasn't going to kill them, it was like, let's find something to fuck.
We need some food.
Let's find something to eat.
Yeah.
Let's find somewhere to sleep. Can't get my head around it. Okay, you can't get your head around it. You can service a car. You can take a combustible engine apart. You can multitask. You can fucking play, you know, PS4 while screaming at your missus.
Yeah.
And, you know, smoking a fucking joint.
Yeah, but
You
you
can do
can't.
it.
You can't cook.
You can't throw a spud into fucking hot water.
Come on, give me a spell.
That's just me. That's just me. You all right?
I'm alright. I'm just joking.
Yeah, sorry, I cut you off, man. It's just yeah. The door. You're right. You
Yeah,
actually-
just give it a try, and like I've got like a fucking like 8 dishes under my belt now.
Beautiful.
What do you make?
I make awesome cheese and spinach crepes.
Oh, you're the man.
Like,
Dude, even I
have you
don't
ever had them
make
at
crepes.
Pancake Parlor? The cheese and spinach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make them just like that, dude. They taste.
Oh,
Just
so
the
you're
same.
doing high quality stuff.
Dude, I
High
don't do
quality
that.
shit, dude.
I take meat, throw it on fire, and add salt.
beer.
That's mad.
Yeah, cannelloni. I make wicked cannelloni now. I can make an awesome quiche.
Quiche.
Like, I make the most delicious quiche, dude.
You
You have the hands of God.
I love like
I
quiche.
really do.
Quiche is something. Quiche is something Greeks don't make. We don't make quiche.
We make like
piropites.
there's pasticho.
Yeah, bad pasticho. We don't make quiche.
That sounds awesome, man.
Yeah, that's
Honestly.
man, that's sick. And you know what I mean? Like fucking, how many guys like don't cook? I mean, women don't even cook, man. No one cooks. Everyone just eats out.
See, I've been cooking since young.
Yeah.
But I'm a baker, like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
bread and stuff like that. But I've been cooking even before that. So
Yeah.
I like it. Like, you know, I like to be able to cook a meal for myself if I have to.
Man, it's
Kind of thing.
empowering, man.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic for me as well, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just go into like another world when I'm cooking. I just chuck a podcast in. I
Yeah.
love it. I absolutely love it.
And I know a lot of people that would be like, I've got nothing to eat. I'm just going to go to KFC or go wherever. It's like,
Oh.
mate, can you just make yourself something to eat at home? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how hard is it to get a steak, season it a bit and put it on the pan or something, or just something?
My biggest thing, man, is like, you know, when someone says, you know, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm cooking like, and I always name like, it's always some random wog dish. Like, it's a wog dish, right? Standard, like staples. It's, you know, what I grew up with. Like, you're a funny cunt. How am I a funny cunt?
Cooking.
Oh, because you make it. It's like, my mum makes that. I'm like,
All right.
okay, all right. So when your mum goes, who's going to make it?
Yeah.
Macca's.
Yeah. Yeah, Macca's, make me my fucking, you know, lasagna.
Yeah.
Seriously, I fucking hate it, man.
I know a few guys that just eat takeaway every single night.
That's
How the fuck?
It's like Macca's, KFC, pizza 2 nights, Red Rooster. That's week in, week out.
shit. No, that's horrible.
Number one,
Terrible.
that's killing like your insides.
Yeah.
Like you're fucked if you're doing that, right? Number two,
Money.
how the fuck do you afford that? Do you know what a twister costs? Do you,
Macca's isn't cheap anymore.
man,
It isn't
like,
cheap.
I don't know if you know it, man. I know Nick knows it. I haven't had Macca's since July 2000.
Nah, you've told me that. You told me that. Yeah,
July
spun out.
2003 when I was at TAFE. That was my last Macca's meal, right? 'Cause it
That's
just
pretty good.
destroyed me. Because I just said, no, fuck this. I'm not paying like this much money for this fucking meal. It's just killed me. Like, killed me, man. I was in so much pain.
Every time I get it, I regret it. That
Yeah.
leaves that filthy taste in your mouth
It's
afterwards.
disgusting.
You just feel like
and
shit.
you know what? It's like smoking, man. You stop it for like a month. You go in and the smell, the fake meat smell, just hits you.
Yeah, that.
And that grease. Man, sometimes I wash my car in Oakley. Like, if I'm in the areas, I'll wash my car in Oakley, run near our old gym, like, in the corner of Warrigal Road and Centre Road. Run in Masters.
Always with the Masters.
Mate, we've managed
Fuck
3 mentions of
Masters.
Masters so far. Right?
Give us a free tap or something, man. Like, I fucking love
Fuck
it.
Masters. Yeah, that bad. Yeah. Right? But every time I go to that car wash because there's 2 of them there and they're decent quality sprays and like it hasn't got the water with the pebbles in them, right? They're not bad, all right? But at the same time, as soon as I pull up, I fucking regret it because I can smell the Maccas on the corner and it just stinks.
That smell,
like
that
rotted
thick,
arsehole,
greasy,
man.
like.
I fucking hate it, man. Yeah. And how the fuck, like, man, I remember when I was a kid and you get a Macca's meal, it was like $4.95 for a large.
Yeah, man.
Right?
It was Big Mac meals would be for like $4.95.
$4.95.
Yeah, we went there the other day. Like, just totally. I don't go there much either, but totally random. We just went, yeah, fuck it, we'll get something. For me, Indy and the missus, it was like $28. Like, I could have bought food from the supermarket, which would have lasted, like, could have cooked
yourself
two,
up.
3 meals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So it's not cheap. It's not cheap to eat fucking takeaway anymore.
it's
it's
not.
shit. It's shit food.
And you know, my big argument is that, man, if I'm going to pay like $15 for a Macca's meal, or like a KFC Twister, man, like a KFC Twister meal or a bucket of popcorn chicken, man, is like $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? This is like I can finish this in about 3 minutes.
And it's just offcuts dipped in fat.
yeah, it's
fried in
garbage,
fat.
right?
$10. So get yourself some chicken breast, coat them, cook chicken schnitzel at home.
Fucking oath. Everyone needs to start doing that, man.
And
It's
at the same time, man, the pub, my local, man, $10, a parma, a pot, and salad.
Like, at
With
least
chips.
you're eating something like...
At least it's probably still the shittest chicken you're ever going to have.
But it's better than Macca's and
But
all
it's
that kind of
better than
shit.
fucking Macca's, man.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you ask yourself as well, if it's $10
What's
and
in
the
it?
beer's worth like $4 or $5,
What's in that chicken?
What's in that
Is it
chicken?
really chicken?
yeah, pigeon,
tripe.
tripe, just tripe and pigeon.
There's nothing worse than cutting into like a piece of chicken and it's like it looks like a sponge almost, like inside. Like it's like a dark
tripe.
brown. Oh, what is that?
Yeah,
What is that?
but man, no one
You still
gives a
eat
shit.
it?
Oh, you eat it.
No choice, man.
You're hungry.
No one gives a shit.
You want to eat?
You want shut up, dude. Exactly right, man.
But I think people just need to start cooking. Like it's not that hard.
And I had the idea, dude. All right, this is what this
Fucking
is the other
awesome
thing that
idea. I remember you telling me this. I know what you're gonna say.
What?
The cookbook?
The cookbook.
Yeah, awesome idea, dude.
That fucking cookbook, man. Seriously, because I'm sick of fucking MasterChef, and like every time, like you tell someone that you cook for yourself, like it's a fucking achievement, like you need a Medal of Honor for that shit. You know, like, like they're gonna eliminate the Nobel Prize. They're gonna eliminate, like, you know, the Silver Star for bravery or any of that shit.
Purple
It's like,
Heart.
he cooks his own food. Like crowds are erupting.
Oh my god!
Like Metallica-sized concerts. He cooks his own food. He cleans his own socks. What?
What's your signature dish? I've cooked a bit of chicken with some parfait. You know how many times I've heard parfait?
People
Parfait.
Parfait. Everything's parfait.
Parfait.
Go fuck your parfait. Cook me a steak and some pasta.
People be passing out like Michael Jackson concerts in the 90s.
Like
you
if
know?
they touches their hand, you're like, oh my god! Carry him out. The security's carrying him out.
That's I fucking hate MasterChef and My Kitchen Rules because, you know, they're like, oh, you know, we're motivating people to cook at home and feed their families. Like, yeah, you know what, maybe. But at the same time, you're watching these cunts spend, you know, the 3 hour time frame, right? And they've got all this fucking equipment, deep fries and, you know, KitchenAids.
Blast fridges.
Yeah.
You put something in and blast it.
Yeah,
like,
all
straight
this
away.
shit,
Like, what the
right?
fuck is that?
All this shit in their fucking...
You know how long we have to wait for our cake to cool down, man?
Yeah,
We put that shit in the fridge, and you've got to wait to
That
ice it
cheesecake.
because, yeah, man.
That cheesecake, I set it at night, I add it like the next night, you know? Right, you're watching this shit, and they're making these elaborate fucking dishes that, honestly, man, I'll be fucking honest. You look at the dish, I could probably finish in about 3 bites.
Yeah.
3 fucking bites.
They're not realistic.
Nah, right? It's gourmet bullshit, right? Which is an art form in itself, like, fair enough. But that's the standard, like, they're setting, like, they're putting out, like, to everyone. So people are getting anxious and intimidated, like, man, if that's what cooking is, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
I've never looked at a cooking show and said, you know what, I could try that. Like, no, fuck no. Right? You need hearty fucking meals to feed the masses, man.
Man, like, to make a quiche, man, you got your pastry, you beat some eggs,
It's so easy and it's
Put your-
delicious.
Put your filling, whatever you
Yeah,
want in there.
so
put it
easy.
in the oven. Put some cheese in, whatever you want to do, and you put it in the oven. You got a meal for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Take some to work the next day.
Dude,
Yeah.
I do that. It's
Yeah.
fucking so
How
easy.
good-
It's
how easy is
delicious.
it?
Delicious, healthy
Yeah, man.
piece of piss.
Fucking, like, I don't...
No, it's that MasterChef and all that's unrealistic.
It's bullshit.
Really, like, oh, you got an hour time frame. You got to make this, and they're all like hugging each other after they finish. It's like,
Yeah.
why? Why are you hugging each other?
Because it's a
And they
bullshit-
sit there, and the judge is like eating it, and like George looks at you, and he's like all
Oh,
serious.
that stare down where
That
they
stare.
don't speak. They just
Yeah.
chew.
They just chew.
dickhead.
Like making you sweat while they try it.
Like,
How about you fix your own restaurants?
I get it's a competition. I fucking
yeah,
get
look,
that.
they're gonna have drama and all that kind
I
of
get
stuff.
it. It's production. It's competition. I get it. I get that shit. But in all seriousness, man, it's a fucking souffle. And the thing, my biggest peeve is this, man. The fact that they critique this shit, right? And like, the marinade is a little spicy.
Yeah, it's
You know,
like, the sourness just didn't quite grab me.
It didn't speak to me. You know?
Was it chocolate souffle? Was it? The chocolate really wasn't there.
It wasn't. It was. You had the idea. You had all the prep. I watched you do it.
The positive was that you've got it right, but
You've put something up, but
yeah, you put something
Yeah,
up, and
right. Every fucking time.
I commend you, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's just not quite
I
right.
applaud your efforts, but in all honesty, like the meal was, mate. I look at that fucking meal. I'm like, what's wrong with it?
I'd smash that meal, man. Like I'd
I'd
go
fucking eat the next cunt's plate, man. And that's the thing, because I cook for myself as well, right? I'm really insecure about my own cooking. There's very few dishes that I can say I can make, no dramas. Dude, lentils is my go-to.
Staple.
Because it's a WOG staple, man. And we fucking live on that shit, right?
You have lentils and you have hot bread.
And you know
or
what,
some
man?
bread.
I took my mum's recipe and I like jazzed it up myself,
Yeah.
right? Made it my way, and I love it, right? And it's the one thing I can make that I think, you know what, I can do it, right? But if I fuck something up at home, right, whatever it is, doesn't come out quite right, I don't give a fuck.
Still gonna eat it.
I eat it. Unless I'm going to get sick from eating it, like you left eggs out too long for like 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get salmonellas like
and you're sitting there going, maybe I should.
yeah, maybe a bit sketchy, touch and go. I'll fucking eat it. Because there's nothing else. I'm not going to go buy KFC. Just, fuck. Right?
At worst case, if we're watching the footy, we might get a pizza. At worst.
Yeah, but that's because I can't be fucked cooking. It's
Yeah,
my
but
one
that's
night
like
off.
You wanna have a
once
relaxed night.
Once
Yeah.
every few months.
Right? But when you watch, that's why I had the idea for that cooking book, yeah?
Yeah.
Because every time these fucking chefs knock something back because it's slightly burnt and braised or whatever the fuck, like you're throwing food out, you fucking idiot.
oh, the amount of waste on that show.
The amount of wastage, man. And I get it's a fucking show, but like, kids are going to watch this shit thinking they have to make shit to that
Has to be
standard.
perfect.
If they
Yeah.
overcook something, I can't eat it. I got to throw it out.
And it's the set, like, and that goes back to positive imagery, like in the media, right? Like, where they're fat shaming people,
Yeah.
and people are sitting under like photoshopping and all that shit. It's like, well, start with the cooking shows because you're teaching people that kids, if your shit doesn't look like this, it's not worth eating.
Because they've got MasterChef kids, you know that.
Yeah, what the?
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Like the kids are bringing up dishes. Kids, man, like 8, 9 years old, and they're bringing up mad dishes.
It's like, yeah, well done.
And the judges are like, yeah, you could have put this in.
Yeah, you're mine.
The kid is 9.
The kid is fucking 9. He hasn't
You're lucky
braided his
they-
hair off yet.
Like, you're lucky that kid can cook some toast. Like,
Oh, positive imagery. Man, that's what I want to say before, man, about the fucking morning shows. That positive imagery shit. About, like, everything so fucking effeminate and subdued and all that sort of shit. Man, you get some feminist issue, like the Chris Gale thing or whatever, and they start talking about equality and they just start hammering it out. Like, literally, like, the world is just run by these dudes that have no idea what's going on, just in boys' club. It's just a big boys' club. I'm sick of that fucking term. It's a big boys' club. I'm not fucking part of it. Yeah, I got fucking hair on my chest, man. I'm 30, in my 30s. I'm a man, but I'm not part of this fucking boys' club that you're talking about. I'm seeing Lavinia Nixon survive 20 years of broadcasting, doing
nothing,
jack
doing
shit,
nothing,
right?
and getting
There's
paid.
no boys' club, my friend.
and getting paid.
Yeah, right? So they've subdued like all these fucking broadcasts into the most effeminate shit. And they're talking about positive body imagery and accept yourself. And you got the, what's that, Rebel Wilson?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
she's taking the world by storm and she's like a big-bodied like chick.
They
and all
shouldn't
this
have to
shit.
do anything.
Dude, I don't think Rebel Wilson's funny. That's just me, though. Right?
Yeah.
My opinion, personally,
Yeah.
I don't think she's funny. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with what she looks like. I just don't think she's funny.
Yeah.
Okay? But at the same time, these stupid fucking morning shows, right? All their ads and they're like
exercise equipment.
Exercise equipment.
The
right?
Ab Shaker 4000.
Yeah. The fucking NutriBlast shit to make you like lean and mean.
Yeah.
The fucking dragon's blood cream that stops aging.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's
Dragon's blood.
Before I left the fucking house, there was hair growth creams to reinvigorate hair. There were women there that suffer from that, like losing hair and shit, right? Like, don't shame them into thinking they need this fucking cream. Like, help them embrace who they are.
Yeah,
marketing is great, isn't it?
Dragon's blood, this will stop aging.
dude, that's
Why don't you just stop selling this shit? And that's the other thing. All these battered clams look like
battered clams.
They look. Half of them have all had work done.
Of course they
right?
have.
Massive amounts of work done. You know what? They want to do it, fine, but don't get all fucking preachy about empowerment.
You've got
and
to do it.
embracing your fucking. Yeah.
And you know what's funny?
Double
You know what I've
standards.
noticed with all that stuff? They always get people like on these shows, right? All these kind of shit. Have you noticed the people they interview? Oh, it's been the best thing in my life. Have you noticed that none of them are Australian?
Oh,
They're all like from New Zealand or England.
Yeah. No shit.
No one here.
All the telemarketing.
It was the best product I ever had.
Yeah.
and it's not even good acting. Like,
No, it's terrible.
It's
They're
just-
reading from the script. Yeah, I use this 3 times a day. I work out. I feel fantastic.
yeah,
Motherfucker.
I can't believe that I had it. I've gone without it.
yeah, just the worst.
Yeah, that's why you
It's
can't
like
find it.
Sharon, 49.
The best one was like, I ever since I started using it, I'm in my I feel like I'm in my 20s. I feel amazing. The fuck out of here,
And I'm
man.
more confident, and
Yeah.
I've been able to do things that I've never been able to do
Yeah,
before.
Yeah.
Okay, so they should just be handing them out with their people's
And
driver's
then you see her,
licenses.
and then they show her like throwing a frisbee to a dog. like, oh my god!
Yeah. My lifestyle's changed. Do you know what I love? The Weight Watchers. Have you seen the Weight Watchers ad that's out now? It's that dad that's a basketball coach for his kids' league.
Yeah.
Right? Like real Australian piece. You know what I mean? And I love how they just managed to sneak in the words, right? Because he's like, ever since I got on Weight Watchers, I've lost 20 kilos. And he says the words, I always cringe. He goes, my wife's happier because I'm happier. Ever since I started Weight Watchers. Of course she is. And then the kid's like, my dad's really happy now ever since he started Weight Watchers. It's like, yeah, your wife's happy because you're happy because you got on Weight Watchers. Maybe you were a fucking fat cunt.
Yeah.
And you couldn't breathe around the house. You couldn't give a shit. Like, man, like.
Sleeping on the single seat couch. Like,
Yeah. You just like, please do something. And you know what, man? Like, I'm the most accepting person on the planet, man, over anything. Like, seriously, and I embrace anyone, man. But, like, have some self-respect at some point, and don't look for these quick fucking fixes, man. Like, seriously. Like, that's just... my wife's happier because I'm happier since I joined Weight Watchers. Get fucked!
I know, dude.
Get fucked! No.
they're all hacks.
Ah, fuck that,
They're all
man.
hacks, man. You want to lose weight, do some exercise.
Do what's right, yeah.
Even Hodgie from the Hawks is on the new Weight Watchers ad.
Oh, because that's how he maintains in the off-season.
If these meals taste just like a home-cooked meal. No, dude, I've had Weight Watchers. My sister tried it. It tastes like fucking cardboard. And every single meal
We
tastes the
went through it
same.
for a while, and some meals are okay, but then some meals are just rank, man. You just eat it and you're like, no wonder people are losing weight because they're having a bite and they're throwing it out. And they're like, I'm not in this shit.
Like my sister said, like after a while, it all starts to taste the same. Like it all
It's just cardboard, man.
It's just
like
cardboard,
plastic, like
and it's all frozen.
shit.
Like
frozen
It's
meals.
not good. It's not good food.
That's mad. I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, dude, we're at 2 hours.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Fuck. All right. I think Look, we'll wrap it. You know what? I actually have to say, like, how's it been now? Like all the feedback and shit on this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm still losing
Been
it. We
great.
have to give a shout out to our jock out in Brizzy. I think he's in Brizzy. Yeah, he's the first dude on.
Yeah, he's a legend, that guy.
He's a fucking legend, mate.
Fuck yeah.
We need to like send him some sort of memorabilia.
Yep.
With like
A care package.
yeah, a care package from down south.
Bottle of VB.
A VB, used Mikey card.
Used
a
Mikey
Collingwood scarf. Like, yeah, just something, atypical of this
Graham Shard.
A gram of shard.
in the mail. The cops rock up to his house. He's got no idea what's going on.
Get this in with a note. Get this in here.
That's fucked. No,
Yeah, cool guy.
Yeah. seriously, I reckon it's been good. No, it's been really good. And thanks again to everyone that's still sharing this shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Go nuts.
Yeah, go nuts. Like, I love it. I fucking love it. Every time, you know what, man? So many random people as well, like at work and stuff, just come up. It's like, man, you guys been doing that, but that's fucking hilarious. Like, we're not just talking shit. You want to come down, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We're not talking bull. It's just talking shit, man. That's it. I think that's good. It's been really fucking cool.
Fuck yeah.
I'm glad.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
I'm loving it. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, so I think that's it for today, man. Yeah.
Took leverage out.